This is the official beginning, I guess, of Castles and Castles episode 6. Now on episode 6. I think this is the first time as well we've done a back-to-back episode.
Yeah.
1 week after the other.
I know, it's crazy. I'm feeling it too, I'll be honest. We're all down in bed like, I had to put the fucking pauldron on again.
But essentially, you guys really just messed everything up, didn't you?
You do this to us every time. It's like, you guys are shit and you're fucking terrible at What do we do? We're okay.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't this game.
No,
We
killed the Ettin. We killed the...
Listen, I'll give you a little recap as soon as I retweet the cast.
Yeah, but that guy's a fuckboy.
No, he wasn't really. I mean, he was just... They're just trying to set up a kingdom for the giants.
I have to say, those two heads were role-played fantastically.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
That was the voices I was practicing 4 weeks ago. I never got to bring out.
Because Act of Gods kept happening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of which...
Yeah. Is the Act of God hit?
No, but
No,
I'm quite sure it'll happen too.
We're probably close.
I think we had to prepare multiple acts of God in case people just go ham. So.
I don't know if that's happened.
Yeah, we have... Oh, well, I don't know, actually.
May just have to wing it. But, essentially the recap was, in our last adventure, our heroes, you four, you arrived in the town of Swaddling Cot, famous for its honeybees and fine meadery.
Johnny wanted to release the bees.
Johnny knows. Johnny wanted to release the bees.
Johnny's not a big fan of bee slavery.
I guess Lysha probably would have been on board with that as well, yeah.
But the Ettin, Melchizedek and Blomp had taken it hostage, claiming it for their own. And after leading him on a very wild goose chase through the town in an attempt to free his prisoner, Mildred Trollop,
my future wife,
of the Stridden Mile Trollops, you vanquished him in battle.
Yeah.
Literally, you wrecked him. You wrecked him.
Boomed.
Even as the Ettin fell, however, an unearthly fury seized your companion, Eren Vol.
Oh, that's right.
And he turned his wrath on to you. And you managed to subdue him, and the rage subsided.
Barely.
This battle leaves more questions and uncertainty in its wake. Though DOTAIN'S Rock lies only 3 days' travel away, obstacles now rise from within your party, not from without. So, this is where we're at. You're unconscious on the floor, Eren.
Yeah.
I don't know the current state of you all. I believe half of you are almost dead. There's a dead Ettin on the floor as well behind you. A sack of treasure, which I'm going to remind you to loot as well as once all this is sorted out. But from what
we don't have a rogue, so thank you.
So essentially, what's happened is you witnessed Eren Vol sprout bloody wings and charge at his party members, namely Lysha, and cleave you almost into two. And that's where we're at. Before, I believe it was Johnny the Wise who sent the guiding missile bolt straight for his sternum. So yeah.
So I'm unconscious currently. Yes.
Yes. So.
Yes.
So role play. Go.
Thank you.
Should I spare him?
Is he dead?
Should I spare him?
What the hell came over him?
I have no idea.
Why were his wings red?
Such bloodlust.
I did notice when we fought Gilbert, he seemed overtaken by something. I thought he just really hated fish.
It's.
The last
I was going
time
to
we
say
saw
unlike
his
him.
wings, they were gold.
Not for some time.
Well,
Did he not
across
sprout
the
his-
river is the only other time we saw them, and they were golden then.
Did he not sprout wings against Gilbert?
Did he?
I'm not sure.
Were they red then?
It's been so
Can't
long.
recall.
But
There's
weeks
been a
of
lot
him
that's
being
happened in
calm.
several days.
We should spare him, but I'm not
How
sure.
can we be sure that... Okay, we should tie him up before we wake him.
For sure.
Good idea.
Absolutely.
Good idea.
Tangle him.
Alright, I will cast Entwine on his prone form to have, like, plants bind him to the ground.
Okay.
And after
And since
she's.
he's passed out, I'm going to assume he can't use a dex saving throw and that it succeeds.
No, he's unconscious. Very limp body.
I'm going to use Spare the Dying, and he becomes stable.
He's already stable, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. If he
Just
needs-
making him
he
doubly
needs
stable.
his-
Doubly
I think-
stable.
We need his hit points restored, and that's when he wakes
Yeah,
up.
I was
Oh.
knocked unconscious purposely, I think.
Yeah, we knocked you down to 0 and made you unconscious instead of making you
Yeah.
bleed out by like bludgeoning you instead of stabbing.
Oh,
you.
I gotta use more spells.
Bludgeoning me. And now I am flaccid, apparently. Now I am limp.
I'll use. Wait.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
he's
use-
lying in a pool of beer.
Yeah, you're lying in a pool of beer.
I'll use Prayer of Healing, which is a 10-minute cast, and heal all of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
Damn.
got time for that. Let's do it.
Oh,
Chanting.
where's my dice?
Where's me dice?
My lord, where's my dice?
Thank you.
We
I'm going
are-
to heal
Is this yours?
all 4 of us for 2d8 plus 3d8
You
plus
want
3.
to you want to heal us all in the middle of the street here? Should we not drag his body inside a building or something first?
We've already bound
Everyone's
him to the
abandoned.
ground with vines, so...
Fair, okay.
Everyone's abandoned.
I'm gonna try and
At this
keep
point,
an
the
eye
person
out
who's in
for
charge of the city is dead, right in front of us. So...
a prime time for a revolt.
I'm going to cast this.
I can't laugh, I'm unconscious.
3.
God, get into character.
Yeah.
10.
You let out a soft giggle. I kick your body.
I heal everyone for 17.
Yeah!
Not bad, not
I'll
bad.
take it. I am fully healed.
Friends! You all look kind of banged up.
Before this, though, don't you dare. Wait a second, all right? So as you cast and channel your spell, Johnny, and everyone becomes healed, Eren, you come to. But you do indeed, you're lying broken and defeated on the fields of battle. It's not the streets of Swadlincote, though. It's not where you're lying right now. You're in a vast and dark cavern illuminated only by bursts of fire and the crackling of lightning. Armies of stone-faced warriors stand alongside an oily river that smells of sweat and fear. And on the other side, a horde of soldiers in black iron armor brandish burning weapons, chanting and beating their shields. Blood flows out from your side, and you lack the strength to rise. Oh, yeah.
Isengard.
Your head is spinning, and each breath is agony. And as you look up into the area, you see black wings soaring overhead. A crow caws, and a voice like a wind of flame rumbles in your ear. Stand, Eren Vol. The kingdom of dawn lies at our feet. War's hot iron scalds you because you are weak. Seize it firmly, be its master, and those who do not kneel shall be laid to ash. And at your left stands a massive towering figure in smouldering black armor, watching you, waiting to see if you have the strength to rise. But from your right side, there's a fresh, cool breeze comes. It's as chill as the night. And your wounds sting with a terrible pain, but it's the pain of medicine, of healing. And it comes with a voice you've heard before, admonishing you for sins that you barely know why you've committed previously. Stand, Erenvol. The kingdoms of earth are broken and burning. There are crows enough to eat the dead. Do not yourself become one. Help them and protect them. And as the words are uttered, the roof of the great cavern cracks and crumbles, and through it you can see a single star shining in defiant hope. The noise and the tumult come crashing down around you, and when they pass, you are lying in the streets of Swadlincote. Gone are the stars and the crows and the iron titans, replaced by your travelling companions, a newfound fear haunting their eyes as they see you. There you go.
What happened?
We should be asking you that question. Why did you attack me?
I didn't. I have no recollection.
You attacked me in the middle of the street, right here.
All I remember is dark iron figures, the claps of thunder and lightning, and a voice in my head. Why am I bound by branches, Druid?
Because you attacked me.
Your wings were blood, Eren. Bloodied. You sprang into a rage, and after you beheaded the Ettin, you came for us.
No. This is all wrong.
Is it?
Where's the giant? Oh, did I kill the giant?
You certainly helped kill the giant, but as soon as he was dead, you turned on all of us.
I need to tell you guys something.
You need
Yeah,
to tell
I
us a lot.
suspect you do.
That black feather.
What black fella?
The one that the wizard saw. The one that glowed. Oh, thanks.
You're
So
Black feather.
as you reach for the feather, you find that it's actually no longer there.
Oh shit.
And as you reach for it with your left arm, you feel a searing pain on your upper bicep. And as you pull up your sleeve to reveal it, you see brandished 3 tattooed crow's feathers, hot to the touch.
Fuck, dude.
Fuck!
What black fella?
I can't. It's gone.
Gone.
I mean, gone.
But my arm, look. Well, I mean, it's probably more convenient on this one. Look at my arm.
We're not impressed by your flex. What do you mean?
Something. It's evident that I was not in my right mind when I attacked you. Possible that I am still a danger to you. Yes, you especially, Druid.
Why me especially?
Bless you.
No reason. This brand on my arm. This was not something that I had done of my own volition. This is new.
Johnny, can
Can I
you
make a roll?
yeah
for,
roll a religion check?
Yeah. Well, what's a D20 or?
Yeah,
It's Arcana, right?
no
I
religion.
also have
Oh,
religion,
religion,
as one
right,
of my
right.
specialties, may I as well?
15.
15. So Johnny, you know that the crows, the carrion crow, it's a sign often associated with Azul, the Lord of Destruction, who is a tyrant that thrives in battle and slaughter, but demands cruel discipline and obedience.
Did you say cruel?
Cruel discipline and obedience. Yeah.
Eren, I touched the magical feather, and I knew from the first time I touched it that you were lying about it. It was a black feather,
Yes.
fresh from a crow,
You saw it
imbued
too,
with magic. And this is surely a sign that you have allegiance with Cruel, the god of destruction.
Azul.
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 Zul.
Azul.
Zulu.
asked you.
He also did say cruel at some point.
You just
Yeah,
said
in his
cruel, and
description.
I was like, yeah, I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
the word cruel. Yeah. Azul.
Zul. This is dark magic, and I don't know if I can trust you
Ashley,
anymore.
roll a religion check for me as well.
13.
Okay. You know about as much as Johnny would.
I don't know if I can trust you anymore, Eren, because that is dark magic I'm not willing to tamper with.
I'm not a religious man. I don't know the names of these deities. I serve no gods myself. But in my dreams, I absolutely perceive the dark figure. I mean,
Azul
If
is
it's-
a cruel god who promises much but demands much.
You're a danger to all of us here, and I suggest we make
Maybe
plans.
if we cut off his arm.
I was going to suggest that, actually.
Well, his arms are about the best he has to offer.
Well,
well, have you seen my face?
his arms are the best he has to offer. It's true. It's true.
Listen, we have a mission. Let me loose on these creatures in the rock. We don't even have to. I mean, you don't even have to fight with me. I'll be a distraction. If we ever get to this place, you guys can finish the mission, but I've seen.
Maybe ways of exercising such a bit. Have you seen these kinds of tattoos before?
Have I?
You
In books?
may know of it.
I love Brendan's face
I'm thinking.
when he's very
I'm thinking.
unsure.
Well, here's the thing. Yes. Roll an Arcana check for me.
18.
Okay. You know of it as an infernal mark.
Infernal?
An infernal mark. It's a cursed brand.
So like I've seen it in books and stuff.
Yes, you would have heard of it. Yes.
I've heard of it from my fellow wizards at gatherings.
I thought you were a cleric.
We role play as wizards sometimes. Us clerics.
What the?
Yes, you go on. So you've heard of it, though.
I've heard of it. It's an infernal mark, and it's not a good sign. I do not have much faith in you anymore, Eren, and I suggest we make plans if you were to ever attack us again.
Have you heard of a way to remove it? or ever heard of one being removed.
I'm gonna go.
If
over
he has
and
not inflicted the tattoos himself,
whip out. I'm gonna walk over to Eren and whip out a dagger and just prod.
Ah, motherfucker, that shit hurts, fam. Listen, if I attacked you in cold blood and what the druid says is true, then, well, my life is surely forfeit, and I see no reason to put you in any further danger. As some small way of atonement, though, I would assist you with the battles to
But
come.
he didn't attack us until the thing was dead.
I really wanted to attack him.
True. If we keep throwing enemies in front of him, he may never be stopped.
What?
We tend not to have a limitless supply of enemies.
The wrong conclusion to take away from this, might I ask, or might I say this? Yeah. So
My
the three
logic
of
is
you,
sound.
the three of you would also know that the wings would be a sign that he is an Azamar, but they're not normally.
Yeah,
Supposed-
well, I've said
supposed
that
to
to
be
him
called, yes.
before. and
But
he
I don't know
never
what an
meant-
Azamar is.
So I mean,
So,
internally you would all know an Azamar is a human with a celestial legacy.
right,
that-
would we have known what the color of the wings changing meant at all, or anything?
No.
I say it's pretty obvious that the three of us can take on Eren if it were to happen again. But for now, I trust him.
I've never heard of an Azamar's wings changing color before. Is this new? to
Again,
you?
woman, what is an Azimar?
A human with celestial parentage. What you are, in other words.
Are you trying to say my mother fucked an angel?
Well,
Well,
or your father.
yes.
Either way.
No, my father was anything but an angel, I assure you. My mother as well, now I think of it.
Well, you yourself are more of an
Well,
Asimar
angels are
than
not
an
always
Azimar.
as benevolent as the name might suggest, but it changes not what you are.
Where I am
Can I-
from...
what- can I make
roll,
a-
roll,
Your
roll an
grandma.
Arcana check.
No, wait. Can I? Okay, can I do both?
What were you going to do initially?
I want to use my divinity, read thoughts, to see what he's thinking.
I have celestial blood.
Sure. What? Read thoughts.
You might.
Yeah, it's a channel divinity.
Yeah, but he gets a DC saving throw, right?
Yeah, he gets a saving throw 14.
I mean, unless you give him
What's the
permission, right?
modifier?
I don't know.
And he might get advantage on those depending, because the celestial parentage, I'm not sure. Your character sheet would probably.
there's nothing like that.
Are you gonna ask him a question, like to move
No.
his mind in a
No,
certain
I
way?
can only read his like
Surface thought.
surface
Thoughts.
thoughts and then make a suggestion if I want to.
Right.
If-
So questions verbally directed at the target creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts. So the spell is particularly effective as part of an interrogation.
Sure, but that's just a suggestion.
From Eren's perspective as well, this is not a hostile questioning, so it's unlikely he'd be super resistant to
Sure.
to that.
Yeah, if you'd like, probe into his mind. Do it.
All right. You need to do a wisdom saving throw 14.
I pass, but does
I don't
that
know
mean
what
can
pause
tell?
means.
It means he doesn't.
I rolled
No,
like
it
a
means
17.
he doesn't succeed in reading your mind.
Okay.
But I can tell you're trying to read my mind, right?
I don't believe so. Only if you succeed.
Okay.
As far as
All right.
I'm aware.
I do a Arcana check.
I do want you to read my mind though, out of
yes.
game.
Do an Arcana check for me.
25.
Okay, it's quite the Arcana check. So what you theorize based off of your readings and your worldly travels is that Eren, who is an Azamar, firstly you know a great deal about Azamars, so you know that they can result from mortals interbreeding with celestials. A normal human can be infused with celestial energy, or they can be blessed by the star gods to become celestials. But you also sort of think, based off the wind, his change of color in his wings, that Eren's celestial energies are being corrupted by the infernal power that you saw. Something is using him as a vessel to spread its influence into the mortal world.
Also, Joe
I
says you
I voluntarily fail my saving throw, by the way, on the mind reading.
Joe says you can voluntarily fail a saving throw, so
Ah.
you can read them.
There you go.
My surface. Do you want to decide what they are? Would that be easier?
It's you. It's your
Okay.
character.
I am thinking of the visions that I had of a celestial being that would visit me in my dreams and try and guide me when I was younger, that I thought was just a dream. Because Eren's a bit stressed out because he just thought that he was kind of like a normal human, but had with this weird sort of power that he didn't want people to see because he'd be persecuted for it, because it was what caused his mother to try and kill him. She fell off into a ravine whilst trying to kill him, and that's why he actually ran away from home in the first place. So all this is coming back now because he knows his mother tried to kill him because of that, because his mother wanted to hide the fact that she had a tryst with an angelic sort.
Right.
So that's...
Wait, can you give me a TLDR? Is your mom or dad?
His mom died while trying to kill him.
Because
but
she
he
found out I
feels
was an
guilty.
asthma, and that's why I was hiding it, and I thought I was just a human, but yeah, I thought it was my fault.
And your dad is the ASMR.
No,
Well, his
yes,
biological
my
father,
biological
but not
father.
who raised him.
But I don't know.
Would you be
That's
thinking of
quite
your
the
vision?
surface thoughts.
Yes, your vision as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So Johnny, you realize as you're seeing the vision of what Eren has been through and what he was looking at, that it's eerily similar to descriptions of the underworld, the land of the dead.
Land of the Dead? What
Yeah, it is both the home of the dead and a prison for all fiends as well.
Well, the
and you know
Titan stuff.
it's the domain of Azul.
What, the Black Iron stuff?
Hmm. The river that smells of oil and fear and
Yikes.
yeah.
Whether you know it or
Yikes.
not, you are an ASMR, Eren. ASMR. Do you have any recollection of your mom and dad that you'd like to tell us here openly, public now?
That's a very strange question.
Well, what I can say is that the reason why I fled home is because my mother perished in an attempt to take my life. I fled not wanting to be blamed for her death, and here we are.
Why
I
would your
thought
mother
that
try
she...
to kill you?
Well-
Did you try to kill her too?
No, I did
I
not.
mean, she
I never tried to kill my
just
mother.
tried to kill us.
Yes, apparently.
You have either been blessed by the gods,
I don't
or
feel blessed.
or your dad is a celestial, because your wings tell me that you are truly an ASMR.
Your mum's your dad cat. Well, perhaps that explains why she tried to remove me, as I was evidence of infidelity in her relationship with my father. I was not aware of a race of people that were able to sprout wings. All I knew is that under extreme duress, they just popped out. But now they're covered in blood, and I feel like when I was younger, I was always guided by a patient and kind spirit, not one that calls upon me to take the heads of all my enemies.
I sense your
And
regrets, but threaten not.
He
I do not think
seems
it's
all right
your
now.
fault.
I think I might release him from the vines.
Hold on.
Roll initiative, bitches.
Joke's on you.
When did your wings start turning into blood?
I didn't even know that they were blood. I had no idea that they had changed in their color. In fact,
You said when the feather you found, the feathers, when you started feeling strange?
these losses of consciousness happened, yes, when I saw this feather, when I
Was
picked
that
it up.
after you
Why
murdered that
did you
child?
keep the feather?
Yeah, it was after I struck the young man down.
Murdered the young boy.
I defeated him on the field of battle, yes.
It was quite amusing, honestly, but unfortunate it ended with this.
I'm shocked that you would think that, considering it's something that keeps Eren up at night.
Eren, you have been corrupted, and I do not believe it is your fault alone.
Well, you're a priest. Can you not cleanse me? Can you not heal me so we can get this god's-forsaken mission done?
This is magic I am not capable of cleansing, and these are worrying signs that you will have to figure out yourself.
You
Yes.
went up for
For
a
now, I trust
pilgrimage
you.
montage?
Johnny, you remember just scraps of information of cases where this has happened before, and traditionally it's required a very long pilgrimage and generally a long quest as well to end up being purified of any sort of infernal marks.
I say-
Shit.
I say we keep on our adventure to DOTAIN'S Rock, and along the way, you will figure out what the fuck is wrong with you, Eren.
If I do
Sounds
this,
like your will is being put to the test.
if I do this again, you must take my life without hesitation. Do you understand?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm glad that was
I don't know.
easy.
I don't believe you have to be so pessimistic, because you are merely overconfident.
We
You
do.
are not that powerful.
I'm confident we can detain you.
Yes.
Yes, well, this bramble jail would support that.
Anyway, As long as we have a plan for dealing with him, it should all be fine.
At this point, you're all stood in the street having a lovely conversation, and you notice the same figure, Mildred Trollop, sternly walking up to you, screaming,
I told you to wait for me.
Screaming, I demand that I be escorted to the next available village.
As she approaches, I'm going to cast Alter Self on myself and start walking towards her. So it gives me the ability to totally change my appearance.
What are you changing your appearance to?
To a noble of the town where I am. So I'm just trying to dress myself in noble clothes. I've had run-ins with nobles before. I know roughly what they look like, and just gonna meld my face a little, give myself a wonky nose, different
is
brow.
trying to steal my future wife. I'm making herself look all pretty and refined.
Just very different,
You
yeah,
want to
just
marry
disguising
that
himself.
woman?
By the way,
Why not? She
the active
comes
god
from money.
count is apparently
She's
broken.
nobility.
Oh really?
She's insufferable.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Deep pockets.
such
It was on 45. I really want to hit this next active god is going to be it's pretty reasonable, you know, in four. So the next one is absolutely bonkers. So I really want to hit that.
Sell the fuck out.
Yeah.
Were you saying
I
this
don't
when
think
you-
I want that because every time it's good for you as a DM, it's bad for us.
It is nuts.
Oh my god, have you seen this screenshot? This is amazing.
So we need 55 subs.
For Johnny.
No.
we need to manually track it then if it's bad.
Yeah, I believe it's on. So what's the current
I'm
count?
sure the chat will be able to.
It was
do that.
46, right, chat? I think right now.
What are the hell
We started on 45. so
Started on 45. I think there was one prime sub.
No, I'm 42. It's...
we can't see the
Mine's
counter.
not accurate.
Yeah,
yeah,
the,
that's-
the
that's a
counter
good
isn't
point.
up.
Yeah, because
Can you just flick it over to the active god seed? No, it is working. It just isn't on the screen.
Oh,
It's
just
because
another-
the Streamlabs are terrible.
Because we had the battle map up, I think.
Full hit points in the so the overlay's wrong.
I am not. That's fine, yeah. The overlay's a little bit behind today.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you look like you're of decent kind, decent stock.
Decent kind. Who are you?
Well, me, I'm Mildred Trollop.
Oh,
What have
I
you-
hit reload. It's
What have you
fine.
been doing in this town?
Well, that's for me to know and you to find out after you assist me, sir. Now,
I've been told that you were a snack for an ettin. A noble woman of your ilk should have been surrounded by guards. What the hell happened?
listen, I was sent on a very important mission for my family, my clan, you see, trying to arrange a sort of marriage for one of the younger nephews in our family. Now tell me, what family do you come from?
Oh, incredibly illustrious family from the north. I'm sure you would have never heard of it, though.
Test me.
The Watergilts.
The Watergilts?
They own all of these parts.
I've never heard of you.
Well, as I said, I doubt that a southerner like you would have heard of us.
Hmm.
However, you come into our fucking region, try
Just slipping the fuck.
and try and marry an ettin.
Your
by the sound of
region?
it. Yes.
Your region?
Mm.
You are kidding me.
Well, anyway, who are you trying to arrange a marriage to?
Well, Sir Wolganus.
Sir Walganus.
Yes.
Oh, dear personal friend of mine, in fact.
I'm sure he would be if you own all of these parts, if you
My
claim what you say
family
is
owns
true.
these parts, not
Yes,
me.
okay. And what relation do you have to Sir Wolganus?
I'm his second cousin once removed.
His story sounds erogenous.
You have money.
Money?
Land.
Far too much money and land. Although, perhaps not so much as the southerners like yourself.
Of course, yes. Do you like boys by any chance?
Boys.
Yes.
Partial, occasionally.
A young nephew that is currently looking for a good suitor.
And you're willing to go straight from Sir Walganus to myself.
Well, yes, you have money and land, do you not?
Quite the pimp, aren't you, Miss
Trollop.
Trollop?
Yes. Yes.
You have aspirations for this nephew of yours.
Oh, yes, yes. His name, it carries weight, you see, in our lands. Trollop, the Trollop family.
I have heard of the Trollop family.
He's a very good lad. He's going on to be an accountant of some sort. I'm actually not too sure. But I guarantee you, yes, he is eventually in line to be inheriting a lot of our wealth.
Well, walk with me down this path. I'll take you to the rest of my family. And on the way, tell me everything about what happened in this horrid little town.
Yes, of course, yes. So tell me, how big is your mansion of sorts?
Fairly large.
Yes.
On the larger side.
I have a large mansion as well, Millie, darling. Hello.
She takes a look at you, covered in blood, haggard, soaked in beer, mead.
Yeah.
And,
Like a real warrior, you know?
And what did you say your name was?
Mine?
Yes.
Sir Watergilt.
Watergilt?
Watergilt.
Yes, first name?
Huh?
Alan,
First
why
name.
does your
Sir.
nose look like that?
Alan? Alan Watergilt?
Alan Watergilt. I'm going to stare at you. My entire clothes have changed. Everything about me is different, and you're picking out my nose.
Don't mind
Alright.
her. She's covered in masks and collars
This
and dyes.
this rabble, you know them?
Why
Trollop?
are you hanging with such an unsavory sort?
Really,
You're not
darling,
supposed to be
we
a
came to
noble.
your rescue. Do you not remember? We
I told
we
you to
accosted
stay
the
where you
beast that
were,
had you in
and
his
now
clutches
you're
and
here.
I know.
valiantly preserved your life.
Sir Watergilt, would you mind escorting her to the nearest tavern, please?
Absolutely, my wise fellow. I was just about to do so.
I want to go to the tavern too. I need a drink.
Listen,
no,
I
you need
don't
to stay
want
here.
to hang out with any unsavory sorts, such as this tavern. This town, I've had too much issues as of late. I need to be meeting with Sir Walganus. Do you know where he
We
is?
just saved you. Why are you so unpleasant?
I could save myself. Thank you very much. Very
It's
capable.
very clearly untrue.
I was convincing the Ettin slowly but surely.
To eat you.
No, no. Yes, maybe. The point remains. Are you covered in twigs?
Well, no. I sometimes they grow.
Watergate, please walk with me.
Certainly. Apologies for them. They were fighting a giant. You know, these things happen in such strange.
Are you
times.
guiding me down the road?
Down the path away from these.
Are you guys following, or are you just staying in your location?
I
can't
think we
move.
stay and
Oh,
loot.
you're entangled.
I can't move. Yeah.
I'm gonna loot.
Okay. We'll
That's
get
right.
to the looting.
I'll give Millie a proper
after
shashin
this.
later on.
Yes.
I have not forgotten about the gold.
Yeah, we will get to that after
Oh no,
this.
act of God.
Yeah.
Can we do it in a bit?
Yeah, we're gonna do. Oh, the act of God hit.
Yeah. Can we do it
Yes.
in a bit?
Well, that'll be done on your next long rest.
Okay. Oh,
So-
lovely.
Awesome.
Yes. The next long rest chat. So yeah, we're walking down. Where are you leading her?
Just down the road. I mean, just the road that led us in. I'm starting to walk towards it. So like towards the bees, towards the entrance that had the bees.
Okay.
'Cause that's the only place
Bees
I
all
know.
over the place.
There's bees all over the
All
place.
around, yeah. It's fields and fields where they've got the hives
Well,
set up.
I only know that they
Right,
were on the one place
sure.
that we walked in through. So
Uh-huh.
I'm just starting to walk down that way, but slowly, and starting to talk to her. So, tell me everything about how you ended up in this, as you said, godforsaken place.
Well, I was traveling, you see. I'm trying to arrange certain marriages, as you know, the custom
Sure.
that goes on with our sort, you know, again. Just trying to make sure that one of my dullard nephews gets a good wife, you know.
Who is this nephew of yours?
Oh, you would not have heard of him. Do not worry yourself.
I know of the Trollop family. Why wouldn't I have heard of him?
Well, you So, there is no name here. What the hell is the name?
Joseph, help the DM.
Yes. Very strange.
I can't remember the name of your nephew.
Listen, I've had a very long day, and Ettin has kept me in a cage for 12 hours.
How did you run into that Ettin?
Reginald! That was his name.
Reginald.
Reginald Trollop, yes.
Reginald Trollop.
A dull boy, I won't lie to you, a dull boy, but very attractive. Yes, yes, he'd be a good sort. I've been just trying to set him up.
Am I
with
far
really
enough away from these people to be out of sight?
Yeah, well, it's up to you. Where are you leading her?
I'm just literally walking down the road.
Yes, we're
Okay.
outside.
As soon as I'm out of sight, I'm going to drop the disguise.
What in the Lord's name?
It's me, you fool.
Who are you? Oh, yes, I recognize. Are you one of the servants that we used to have at one of our mansions? I thought you went on to do something else. I thought you were doing quite well for yourself.
Yes, exactly. What on earth are you doing up here? I've got to look after the Trollop family. I'm supposed to be taking care of them. It's what Father told me.
But I'm trying to arrange a marriage for our younger nephew. Also, who are you?
A servant with the Trollop family, but I've been tasked with keeping them, representing them up in the north.
Well,
And suddenly I come up here and you're about to be a snack from an Ettin.
Well, I've just been trying to take matters into my own hands, you see. Listen, I wouldn't expect you to understand as well. I can understand some of the lower peasants, they've got lower intelligence, a little bit slower. It's very complicated stuff, overarching themes and whatnot. I've got to essentially trying to match up so that our house is strong. You understand, of course.
This entire area is war-torn, Mildred. You need to leave.
Well, I'm sure I'll be fine. I just tell them I'm a noble. Flash them a bit of gold pieces.
And you'll become an extremely expensive snack for another ettin.
Listen, I must find Sir Walganus. I have to find and see if his daughter's available for an arranged marriage.
Sir Walganus is dead, as far as I know.
Sir Walganus? Dead?
He would be running the town if not. This town has no leaders. The ettin was the person in charge. You think they just left all of the noble people alive? The noble people are the first to die in these kind of things.
Roll a persuasion check.
13.
What? What is your modifier?
Plus
That'd be
11.
11.
Oh my god!
I rolled a 2.
You do make a very convincing argument.
I do.
So basically, as long as you don't crit fail.
Where would you think I should go?
I would recommend that you head back the way you came, disguise yourself as
Disguise myself?
Yes, not as a commoner, but one of the noble folk from around this area. Yeah, it would be.
It's very untoward. I couldn't be seen. Imagine if word got out.
Well, if word got out, your head would be removed from your body.
But if word got out that I was pretending to be another noble, I wouldn't hear the end of it. Bloody Jessica Mulgood would not be happy. The things she would say. Rumours would spread like wildfire. Would never be allowed at the local balls.
Well, okay. How about you help me then? You help me. I'll make sure that we escort you safely out of this area and make sure that you don't get killed. We could gravely have use of some of the spare gold. I mean, you have so much of it, I'm sure.
Yes.
The small amounts on the
Yes.
person would make no difference.
Yes. Roll a perception check.
12.
So you perceive that she's quite jeweled up, if you will, blinged out. Various rings with all sorts of jewels and whatnot, chains around her neck.
Okay.
But on a closer inspection, there's a few brandish marks here and there on the jewellery. And you notice it's a little bit almost tacky in some places, almost as if it's not actual real jewellery.
You don't look as decked out as you normally do, Mildred.
Decked out? Well, how dare you?
What are you wearing?
What do you mean, what am I wearing? This is my usual attire?
Did you sell everything to get here?
No.
You look significantly poorer than the last time I saw.
Poorer? Well, I never. Listen, who are you to say if I look poor, servant? Remember whose family you serve. Watch your tongue.
And yet I only serve you if you have the gold to pay.
Well, I guarantee you our family has the gold to pay. Don't you
Do you
worry
have
about
the gold
that.
to pay, Mildred?
Yes.
How much gold do you have on you at the moment?
Well, not a lot. The ettin took all of it.
Where did the ettin put it? Perhaps we can help you get it back for a small fee.
What do you mean a small fee? You work for me.
The others don't work for you.
Well, you can convince them, I'm sure. You seem quite charismatic lad.
True.
Flieth flew into my throat.
Well, tell me, what could I do for you?
Well, firstly, find me some safe harbour. Now, I'm not leaving the local area.
Okay.
I absolutely cannot do that. I must set up this arranged marriage until Sir Walganus. I do not believe that he is dead. I will wait for him to return, and I will pitch it to him. But in the meantime, I just need a few gold pieces to stay in the local establishments here. I mean, you seem to have cleared out a lot of the brigands.
Well, where did the ettin put your gold?
Well, I don't know. He just took it. Where do ettins keep their treasures?
Unfortunately, I have as little idea about that as you do.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll make a deal with you. Come back to the party with us, the band of brigands, as you said. They'll keep you safe, as long as you don't tell them who I am at all.
Well, why would they care who you are? You're a servant.
Well, to them, I'm not. My name is Allan O'Dale. I'm a travelling bard.
Very peculiar.
Incredibly peculiar. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that it's in the Trollop's best interests.
Well, okay. You make a very sound argument. Now tell me, who educated you?
Who educated me?
Yes, very well spoken for a servant.
Yeah, the Trollop family sent me to be educated.
No, I must have a word about that. We must put an end to that immediately. But anyway, lead on.
So I'm gonna lead her back towards the party.
Loot!
Looting time. All right, Johnny. As he's walking off with Mildred, there's a ettin who's been cleaved into two, with a bunch of holes in his body from where you've decked him, and you see a sack, a little sack, right? And as you search through it, you find. Get your pen out, because this is a lot of stuff. Okay.
My pen is Discord to Joseph.
This is just you, right? Searching.
I can't lose shit.
Yeah, you're
I'm
entangled up.
restrained.
And also you're still under the effect, remember, of this
Greed.
enchantment. So you find 54 pounds of copper
I
coins.
walk over to look over
Copper
his shoulder.
corns?
I'm not thinking he's gonna take it all for himself at this point.
Right.
Because why? So I'd just be looking over his shoulder like, oh. what
54 pound copper
54
coins.
pounds of copper coins. 2,700 copper coins.
2,700 copper coins.
Yeah.
about that?
1,000...
For?
1,500 silver coins, which is 30 pounds of silver.
Oh god, I'm stuck.
90 gold pieces.
Something bad.
A carved bone statue of a throne, which is worth a pretty penny. A gold locket with a painted portrait
Gold
of the
locket?
a gold locket. Yeah, a little picture locket.
Okay, go lock it.
With a painted portrait of the noble you've just seen walk off. A silver ewer.
Silver.
Ewer.
How the fuck do you spell that?
EWER with old wine stains inside. An embroidered silk handkerchief with just MT in the bottom of it. A carved wooden statue of a wood elf. A wooden oar. A dented steel shield.
Wait, go back one.
A wooden oar.
A wooden what?
Or
OAR.
OAR.
Like to row with.
to row with.
WHORE.
Or
Like, you know
How do you spell it?
OAR.
OAR.
WHORE.
Johnny!
No.
Don't listen to Joe.
OAR. A dented steel shield. And 50 feet coil of hempen rope.
Hempered
May
rope?
I see that statue? The one that looks like a wood elf.
Has she seen this?
She's looking over your shoulder, so yeah.
Oh. You'd like to see this wooden statue of an elf?
From what you can tell, I mean,
I'll give it to her. Yeah, I'll give it to her, and then yeah, I'll see to the rest myself.
You can't
Right.
carry it all.
I mean, yeah, it's
No, hold
incredibly
on.
heavy.
Yeah, but I'm just browsing.
Yeah.
I can picture this man trying to put all the gold coins into his pocket, both of them just spilling out.
For starters, I'm going to take the gold locket and the embroidered silver handkerchief.
Yes, it's an
Yeah.
embroidered silk handkerchief.
Yeah, and just pocket it within my robe. What
Yeah,
the
if
fuck
you
is
need
a
any
silver
chiefs that
ewer?
need
It's
hankering.
like a wine, just a.
Oh, you pour?
Like
Oh.
not a flask, but a.
Oh. She's looking at the statue, right? So she's not seeing me.
Yeah, I mean, are you distracted by the statue, just inspecting it?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen everything he found, but I haven't seen what he's done with it. So at this point,
Yeah.
I'm probably looking at the statue. I don't
Right.
care that much about the material goods.
Sure. You recognize the statue from your home region. That's
Ooh.
where the design and the intricate carvings would be from the Fomar Woods, the Autumn Court of the Huldra.
The
is what-
autumn court of what?
Autumn Court of the Huldra. Yeah, you'd recognize the style. You don't recognize the person of who it's made of, but you recognize the craftsmanship.
I'd like to pocket all of the gold coins.
Okay, yeah.
And
I mean, the pounds of copper coins and silver coins, I don't know if you'd be able to carry all that.
can I take the bone statue of the throne as well?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And after that, I'm going to tell Eren, like, Eren, lots of treasures for you here as well. Come along,
I hardly
take
feel-
a look.
I'm
still-
trapped inside these briars.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wise
Still
man.
tied up.
oh. Well, before that, to not
If
look
I
like an
set
idiot.
you free, are you going to attack me?
I have no interest in fighting you. Get me out of this damn cage.
You got a
Let
twig
him
in your
loose.
mouth.
What? It's a thorn in my side.
I trust him.
You know what that feels like?
I do.
Let me out. I won't attack you. I'm not even interested in talking to you presently.
And
Okay, well, I'll go over and have a look.
I'm motioning him over. I'm telling him. See all this treasure?
We need to get this to Silva.
We need to get it to Silva.
what?
You are the strongest one here. I trust you to be able to carry this.
I mean, I have some. I probably can before I'm encumbered.
So it's not.
Why
It's a
on
total
earth would
of.
you wish to bring it back to Silva?
The enchantment works as this is out of meta, but there would be some sort of magical force that would propel you forwards towards the lake as soon as you reach this mark. Roughly when the value of your treasures that you've gathered is 1,000 gold.
Okay.
Is what the criteria is. So you would gather this, but your immediate instinct would be to either store it, bury it for later, to bring it back for later because you can't carry it, or maybe convert it into something smaller so you could actually carry it with you.
You can't carry 54 pounds. Come on, mate.
Well, I can, but I don't really want to. I mean,
It's,
I mean,
it's
oh.
more than that. It's 30 pounds of silver, 54 of silver.
Yeah,
I
so
would
it's all about.
I would be
100.
over encumbered. Yeah.
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 What
Do you
is
need
the-
the steel shield?
I mean, no, I
So
I
you're-
don't defend myself.
You
I
would be back at this point with Mildred. Mildred.
What?
What
is
led
all of that
you
stuff?
to you with this gold?
Just some coin and equipment.
O'Dale, come grab some. We need to either find a way to place to store it or get it to its intended recipient as soon as possible.
Have you never handled money before, either of you? You should clearly be translating this into gems to then transport the gems.
Oh,
Gems are incredibly small, easy to transport. What is that, a sack full of copper?
Oh, and where would we find these gems?
No, I have no idea.
Why are we bothering with these worldly goods? We have a more important mission at hand.
did you forget?
Gold matters not.
Did you forget the ghost ship and Gilbert and the message that he brought with him?
Yes, I killed him. I remember very well. Thank you. It is a painful memory.
Oh, I remember you killing people as well. Yeah.
Listen, Elf, if
Would
you
you
clung
like
to...
me to kill you?
Ooh, very testy.
Yes,
Kill
yes.
me? Oh, like you could, Druid.
Ooh, let's calm things down. Let's calm things down. Lysha, we
Take your wooden statue.
Thank you. I shall. And I'm sorry. That was very.
It's quite simple.
unkind of me.
It's a dragon who's angry at us,
Very
who we
angry.
are indebted
Who
to,
was stuck in a lake.
who
and
has
we
sent,
killed her
who has
minion.
proven that she has the ability to act outside of the locale of her lake.
Yes, and we killed her minion. Why are we frightened?
Because she is not dead!
I will not bow to tyranny.
well, you don't have to.
Then you-
We're going to take these things with
Yeah,
us.
we'll take it then. Don't you worry about it. You take your statue.
Money is always useful anyway.
Yes.
We should always have it with us, even if we weren't intending to take it.
Great point. Yes.
Which
well,
we are.
these gems. These. Yeah. I mean, I've never beholden.
While you're at it, Druid, would you like this wooden oar?
To hit you with.
I'm just wondering because you're so in love with all these trees.
What does an oar have to do with trees? You cannot move through the woods with an oar.
Well, it used to be a tree. I guess.
Yeah, it used to be
you
a tree. Maybe you can revive it. Speak with it.
know. At least you'd have a friend then.
Johnny the Sass Wizard. Mildred, were these things yours?
Well, I don't notice any of them. My gold locket is gone, and my
Yes,
handkerchief.
I have a friend then. Alaka,
And
let's say we leave these three to themselves.
Yeah, I agree. At this point, I don't know where Olika's been, but she's just been watching you all, really, wide-eyed, in awe of the party of adventurers who are now distributing the loot.
In awe of the ore.
It's like the stories. Yes. But Mildred is kind of like peering into the sack and shaking her head. She's like, "Well, my gold pieces are gone. I don't know where he would have put them."
The Ettin took this woman's gold. we should certainly retrieve it.
Yes.
You mean the gold that you just took out of that purse?
What?
I just watched them remove all of your gold from that purse.
Fucking hell.
They've got it.
Lysha, she's killing me. She's fucking killing me.
Well, hand it over.
I thought she was distracted.
Hand it
Was
over.
this Woody Elf statue yours as well?
No, that did not belong to me.
Oh, then
Thank you very much, though, Savage.
I'm not a savage.
Oh, well, you dress like one, so you are one.
Oh no, I'm a wood elf.
Well, all the same in our parts.
Oh no, you're very misguided. Let me
All right,
educate you.
calm it down. What do you need this locket and handkerchief for?
Well, it's mine.
Yes, of course. Does it have
Belongs
much,
to me.
Does it have much value to you?
Yes, it has lots of value.
We are on our very important mission on our way to DOTAIN'S Rock.
I
And
care
I'm afraid-
not for your mission, you straggly, homeless...
I'm saying maybe we do not care for your.
How does a locket
Useless
help us get to the
goods.
rock? Give the woman her
Listen,
locket.
it is my money. It is my objects. I need it to travel and survive.
Yes,
tough
but
break, kid.
It would be. We will go out of
Nothing
our
personal.
way to retrieve it for you.
What?
Give the woman her money.
You
I do not have her money.
do
You
need to.
do have her money.
I do not have her money. There's plenty of silver and copper right here. Is this what you're speaking of?
No, it was gold. Pieces. I don't deal in smaller currencies.
Can I roll out persuasion?
I mean, you're not persuading.
What? Yes, I am.
You're just not persuading.
What do you mean? I
It's
am
her-
persuaded.
so her mentality right now is she is very self-centered, very vain, cares very much about money, monetary value. And as far as she's aware, she's just been told that you have pocketed her gold and her locket and her handkerchief. And she wants it back.
These are lies. Preposterous.
I just watched you do it.
But might I suggest a different course of action? You need safe passage.
Yes?
We give you your. We make sure that your belongings return to you. We keep you extremely close to us, and we guard
Extremely.
you and keep you and your belongings safe for as long as you're with us. That way, you get your safe passage, and all is good.
You want to bring this unpleasant
I've-
woman with us?
Already told you, I am staying here. I have a marriage to arrange. A very important marriage. I don't think you'd understand it. Again, you're a servant. These things are above
Why
you.
is she important to
Wait,
us?
you're a
Why
servant?
can't we not go onwards to DOTAIN'S Rock without her?
I'm sorry, did you say he's a servant?
A servant, yes. Servant for my family, the family of Trollops.
A servant of the.
Oh boy, here we go again.
You serve the family of Trollop. You know
Once,
this woman?
I was a bard for the family many years ago.
Can I just walk away down the road?
I mean, yes.
Right.
But you have her staff.
I'm just
Yes.
gonna walk away.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, listen.
I'm sorry, you said he served your family?
We should follow the wise.
Yes, where's my money? Where's he going with my money? I am staying here. I need money to stay at the local inn.
We should certainly follow the wise.
Right, you should also answer my questions.
Eren, can you take the silver and copper with you?
Oh, certainly. I just throw it over my shoulder and walk off.
Help!
Sorry, this is...
Help! Thieves! Thieves!
Not me.
I don't look like a thief, do you, Johnny? The wise?
I'm. You can't talk to me. I'm already walking.
Oh, I was following you with
I
the.
walk- Oh,
I'm gonna-
She's just screaming now at the void,
Oh.
just looking around, waiting for somebody to help her.
Alright,
Miss Johnny
it,
walks
has
in.
been a
are
long.
amazing.
It's been a long fucking day, mate. I don't give a shit.
I'm just gonna follow them as well.
So you are a
It's
woman of
unbelievable.
Trollop. Why aren't you helping her? Why are you not getting her money back if you serve her family?
Now,
Wait,
many years ago,
Also,
I
you-
worked with them as a bard.
okay.
She just slumps down, arms crossed, and then just stays in the middle of the road as you walk away with all of her belongings.
is there anything we want to leave behind from the bag? Like, what do we need a wooden
I don't need an oar.
ore for?
Yes.
There's a
The bone
dented
carving of the
steel.
throne
There's a
would be-
steel shield.
I don't use a shield. Maybe it has some value. If you
Oh
want to
wait.
I also don't use shields.
Oh. Couldn't I do detect magic?
You want to detect magic on the shield?
Just constipated trying to shove out the spell.
Yeah.
What are you going for here?
Where the heck is it?
I don't know.
Didn't I have? Oh, I don't have detect magic anymore. I think.
Oh, you didn't prepare that spell?
No, that-
Well, yeah. So you're just walking away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oliker is tugging at your sleeve saying, I think we should probably get going. Caused a lot of harm here in these parts.
Well, we liberated the people in some aspect.
Well,
That's how I'll tell the story, Oliker. See, what you need to know is the victors write history, and the bards of the victors write that history in particular.
I'd prefer to spend the night not in town for all this. That's worth it.
A very good point.
I can't respond pithily. I'm not there.
I'd. Yeah, we're not there.
Yeah.
yeah. It's now nighttime. It was getting to dusk when you were sneaking into this town after your fight. It's now firmly night. Are you just gonna set up camp outside?
Mm-hmm.
Just outside the local area?
Do we have to set up camp?
Do you want to continue marching in the night?
No. Well, why don't we sleep in a house?
Yeah, I mean, before we did the same thing, right? We just slept in an abandoned house.
Now this town is still operating. People were just hiding because they were under the impression that an ettin was ruling over them.
Yeah, let's.
And they're probably not going to find out until morning that the ettin is dead.
All right, let's set up camp then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to hike to like a ridge outside of town.
Yeah.
to set
So
up.
yeah, you do that, and Oliker leads you by her nose to a suitable camping spot as well. Just on the outskirts, you can see, looking down into the town as well. There's a few fires still raging on a couple of buildings where, they just weren't put out. But you can see on the outskirts as well. Just, it's quite tranquil, quite peaceful. Otherwise,
We should probably find a place to bury this sack and return to it another time. It's going to be a heavy thing to lug around DOTAIN'S Rock.
I don't understand you all.
I do feel bad about leaving goods behind.
Well, as
But
long
I
as we
guess-
return to them.
I suppose
It's
we
no
have no
problem.
other choice.
I'll settle down to meditate while they start debating what to do with your goods.
right?
Kind
Are you all
of
just
set
gonna sleep and debate? Presumably, you're all gonna bury your sack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bury
Okay.
your sack.
If the
Very-
DM says so. Yep.
Bury your sack. Just trying to move it along.
Yeah.
You're gonna get this
You
good
got-
money eventually. You know.
Because I meant it so hard.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're all resting up and taking watch at various points in the night,
Long rest.
right? Johnny, as you fall asleep, it's act of God time, motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
I just hit the long rest. Should I not have hit it?
No, you're all resting.
Okay.
You're all good. Yeah. In the middle of the night, you awaken. You jolt right up out of your sleep. Your hairs standing on edge. Your sixth sense is active. Now, you've had this a few times in the past. It's a premonition in some sorts. Your third eye is opening. The wind seems to whisper a warning in a language you've forgotten. Bless you.
It's one of those sleeping sneezes.
The sound of the fire fades into the background. The voices of others, whoever may be talking as they're watching over the night, fades as well. And somewhere in this scene, as your mind drifts, you notice one or more crows flying overhead, pecking in the dirt nearby. Some ominously watching from a nearby tree. Roll a d12.
A D12.
What's it 12? Is this a 12?
You're fucked.
What's it? What's a 12?
It's the one that looks like it has 12 things on it. It's this
Yeah,
one.
this one, a
Roll that.
dectahedron.
Roll that.
I don't know.
Where's my D12?
Dodecahedron, was it? Not really.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a 3D shape.
Yeah.
3.
3. Okay. So you see two crows on a branch looking down at you, one pecking in the dirt by the base of it, and it reminds you of an old rhyme that you were told, always taught at a young age. And 1 is for bad news, 2 is for mirth, 3 is a wedding, 4 for a birth, 5 is for riches, 6 is a thief, 7 a journey, 8 is for grief, 9 is a secret, 10 is for sorrow, 11 is love, and 12 is joy on the morrow. And that's it. You awaken.
Wait, so what was 3?
You saw 2.
Three.
right?
You saw 3.
Oh, we saw 3.
So 3 crows. 3 seems to sign to a wedding. Yeah, but other than that, the night passes and fades, and you go back to sleep. But you've been given this premonition, an order of sorts, of something that's going to occur in the next few days. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next morning, you're all awake and ready, well rested. Olika's putting out the fires after cooking up some of the rations. Some nearby foraging.
Olika, how far are we from DOTAIN'S Rock?
About 3 days away.
3 days.
Yes.
And this was the closest town?
3 days walk. This is the closest town.
Perhaps we should have gathered a little more intel.
Is Millie still with us?
No, Mildred is she stayed in the town.
Right.
Does anyone remember
Penniless.
the name of the new giant king that ettin was crowing on about?
Yes, I believe I do.
Malchazar or something.
Melchizedek was one of the heads.
Melchizedek was one of their heads. It was King Hacas.
Yeah, King Hacas.
King
who we
Hacas.
mentioned.
It sounds like they have their own almost civilization set up over there. I was expecting much more of a ragtag bunch.
This is an issue
Difficult.
if we are trying to infiltrate this settlement. I
Build
mean,
their giant king.
we were under the impression that DOTAIN'S Rock would have been abandoned. It would have been a simple matter of dropping in, looking around, finding the item, and getting out.
Yeah, we may see far more than we were anticipating. We still have no idea what item we're even looking for. That is the thing that worries me.
There is more at stake here than a
I'm
single
also worried
item.
that if we run out of enemies to point him at, he'll kill us all.
Quite the bunch of challenges.
Well, you'd best keep hollering out in the field. Find me more.
Find you more blood.
Focus on advancing your personal journey rather than a single item.
I mean,
You are always full of wisdom, Johnny, my friend.
were we to
Always
try
full of
and
wisdom.
return to the Northern Kingdoms, we would be well served by dropping by this lake and offloading some of this treasure. Do you want to die by dragonfire, elf?
No, but I wouldn't.
It will be neither swift nor painless.
Do you think a water dragon breathes fire?
I dare say. I mean,
Interesting. Perplexing little puzzle to carry us on our way.
Are we
the
going?
best I've seen thus far would lead me to believe more of an ice storm.
Interesting.
Regardless,
Onwards to DOTAIN'S Rock.
So as you're traveling, you pack up your belongings and you're heading onto the road and you're passing through various places. You notice more and more buildings being abandoned as you head deeper into the territory of DOTAIN'S Rock, the surrounding areas where the houses, they've been raided by all sorts of different types. And you notice, the crumbling walls, it starts to become more and more deteriorated as you head deeper and deeper in. And the initial day, you see every now and then the occasional traveller. But as roads merge in and as you head towards DOTAIN'S Rock, you spot a merry band of travellers moving up, all singing and chanting, playing lutes and all sorts of instruments, 2 big wagons full of merrymakers and minstrels.
Heading towards or away from DOTAIN'S Rock?
Your roads are coming in like this,
Yeah.
and you're merging side by side as you pull up next to one another.
oh, how jolly!
And one of them shouts, "How do you do there, travellers?"
Good day.
Yes.
Quite well, and yourselves?
Yes, very well, very well. 'Tis a good day, of course. Good day for weddings, is it not?
A good day for weddings.
Yes.
Who is getting married in these godforsaken parts?
Well, just between me and you, and the little fellow drops down. He's wearing all sorts of jingling items, very colourful stripes and vibrant colours, all of them mismatched. They seem to be very happy people. There's children running around the wagon as they're travelling, and all sorts of instruments are playing. Some of them are drinking as well on the back of the wagon. A very, very happy sort of people, mixture of men, women, and children.
Humans.
And yes, they appear humans. Yes. Now the man jumps down. He's wearing some baggy striped trousers and a red and green checkered top that's slightly open, a little bit of chest hair hanging out.
nice.
And he's quite well tanned. You can tell that this is a man who travels a lot outside. He stops down and he says, "Well, between me and you, lad, it's the wedding, of course, of well, you familiar with any types of fairies?"
Fairies?
Fairies, yeah.
Oh, the Fae!
Yes, the Fae, yes. Can you roll a nature check for me?
11. I'm not very smart this time.
Okay.
It's been a rough morning.
I've been tired.
Yes. Well, it's the fair, of course. We're going to be seeing to the wedding of the Neve of the Golden Heir. And, of course, Nuan, the Whitehorn Prince. You may have heard of them in folklore. Johnny, can you roll an Arcana check?
Ooh.
Ooh, 26.
26. So you know, based off of these names that you've heard, you know that they're both powerful fairy royalty. And you also know that Neve, who was the first name, is an infamous enchantress who beguiles the youth into the other world and has a history of conflict with the Wood Elves, Lysha's people. And Nuan, the other bloke who she's getting married to, is a masked forest fairy who is kind in the spring and wicked in the winter. So, depends on the seasons, it changes his mood.
Oh.
But you know this information.
Well, what fucking season is it?
It's the summer. Yeah,
Alright.
it is the summer. So yes, the you recognize these names as he says, and he says, "Yes, we're on our way to a grand old wedding. Join us on the roads. Where are you heading?"
Oh,
Whereabouts is this wedding?
Oh, it's for me to know and you to find out. Maybe if you get to know us.
I say we go for a bit of a ride, don't you think?
Well, there's plenty of space on the wagons if you'd like to come along as
Oh.
well.
I am
Trollop is
tired.
walking. My feet are killing me.
Yeah, I'm tired from
Would
walking.
I wouldn't have known the names of those two. That I wouldn't know that one is an enemy. of
No,
the
you
people.
failed your nature check. Yeah.
Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, so the wagon's playing. There's a man playing a lute and various other instruments, and they're all just singing quite
What does
happy
it sound
as well.
like?
What does it sound like? Well, I play some music, but we might get taken down for a copyright
Could you
strike.
whistle it?
But it's like folk music, you know. It's very much cheery, upbeat, high tempo.
Like some like Ren Fair kind of music.
Da di da da send da lo da dum ba da send da it da lo da 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 da. All, you know, that kind
That's
of
what I want to.
Okay.
that kind of songs. Yeah, a big group of them as well, and they're all various of them are introducing themselves. Think of like a traveling band of Romani gypsies, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, very much like that, all dressed up in colourful attire and whatnot.
Oliver, do you know where this road goes that they're heading down?
Well, no, not particularly. I mean, they're probably going to be heading south into the lands of the Fae.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
But it will take us roughly in the same direction as DOTAIN'S ROCK.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We'll join you.
Yep. So I mean, they're all sharing their mead and bits and pieces of their food as well. Very sharing people of various sites as well. Are any of you walking along?
No, I've got it in the back to play.
I'm in a wagon. Yeah.
You're all
I've
in the
got it
wagon.
to play music with them.
I'm walking.
You're walking along. Okay. As you're walking along, roll a dex save for me.
7.
As you're walking along, you know, you might be humming to the tune of the sounds. You hear a little giggle and a rustle behind you of footsteps, and suddenly you feel tripped up. Something just doesn't quite appear in front of you, but you feel like somebody has just stuck a foot out in front of you as you go tumbling to the ground in front of you, followed by even more giggles, and suddenly 3 children pop into existence and start giggling, pointing, laughing, and running back around to the other side of the wagon.
Oh my goodness. Very cute.
Yes. Very cute. Yes. Yeah. Performing all sorts. So I tell you now, would you like to give any gifts? This is now the main band leader. The main band leader is now asking you, would you like to give a gift to the happy married couple? I do say it may bring a bit of good luck.
What kind of gifts are appropriate at these times?
Well,
I'll tell
you
I've
know,
never been to a Fae wedding.
Of course, you've got, we could always take a little bit of money, jewellery, but also one thing that we do value quite heavily is sentimental value items. Any songs you may have to sing or share with us. Stories, of course, as well.
You say we? What do you mean we value? Are you not a hired band of singers?
Gives you a little wink, and he waves his hand over himself and transforms straight in front of you into a fairy. Pointed ears, wings sprouting into the back of him, and then gives you another wink, and then switches back into a human again.
Wait, what was that? What was that?
Oh, our delightful hosts. Not quite what they seem, in a lovely way.
I think I've never seen fairies.
What
before,
is this?
Yeah.
Some kind of joke?
No,
Lovely way.
It's not a joke. I mean, you put two and two together. You heard them going to the wedding of two powerful fairies,
Oh, yes.
and one of them's just revealed himself to be a fairy.
Oh, I'm just slow.
Yeah. I mean, they're just messing around with you. But like he says, they accept songs, stories, sentimental value, also money, any valuable items. But any gifts for the happy couple?
I could certainly provide a song. Having said that, I doubt we'll be going the whole way to the wedding. We have an arrangement. DOTAIN'S Rock, I believe it's on the way.
Well, DOTAIN'S Rock, it's on the way, but I don't know why you'd be going there. Of course, the giant kinds have been taking up stock in those lands for quite some time now, causing all sorts of trouble.
Not a big fan of the giants, the Fae?
Well, we pass by from here and there, but, we tend to stay out of each other's ways.
Heard anything of it?
DOTAIN'S Rock? Only that there's been a big gathering right now, a call to arms of sorts. Again, we tend to stay out of these arrangements and these kind of affairs.
What say any of our treasures that we can part with, perhaps to carry favour amongst these, if they are Fae folk?
I would much rather teach them a song. I think how about this? We teach you a song, you perform for the happy couple, and give them our best regards.
No.
And we'll part with you at DOTAIN'S Rock.
Too kind, sir, too kind. Now, what have you got to share with the class? And as he says, this is like, he speaks in a language that you don't know, and beckons to the guy at the front of the wagon, and they pull off to the side and start making camp for the night, or for the day, I should say, pretty early on.
We're stopping already?
Well, what's the rush,
I thought they had a wedding to get to.
Listen, the weddings will happen in all time, but time moves differently in the overworld. You don't need to worry about it.
In the overworld?
Yes, well, think nothing of it, yes. So they pulled up, and now they're starting to open up the side compartments and putting out a bunch of the campfire, different crates with belongings on them. They're using them to sit around. The children are still playing and wrestling each other to the ground as a lot of the adults of the group are starting to set up a lot of the camp. And they bring out a couple of the flagons of mead. They, pretty good stuff. Also a couple of bottles of wine, and they're drinking away. Yeah.
I believe we may need to press on. I'm not sure we can spend the time to wait with you. It's been a delightful trip, but this may be where our paths meet.
Oh, you can just stay for a few waking moments, surely. And before your very eyes, he snaps his finger, and suddenly you're transported into a green, luscious oasis, and with rivers and butterflies all flying over. All sorts. Beautiful, beautiful place. The sky is a deep blue. It is the act of God, yes. Sky is a deep blue, and the birds are singing. There's a sweet smell of pollen on the air, and all around you is deep, thick forest, and it's tranquil. It's peaceful. Yeah. You notice that all of the disguises of the people as well have all come off now, and you're surrounded by a variety of fairies as well, as they're all prancing around, singing, dancing as well. The mead is pouring out, the wine is pouring as well. They're all sorts of playing various instruments as well.
Oh, the fairies. I say we enjoy our stay here before we press on to
For their
DOTAIN'S Rock.
size, they can drink an awful lot.
Oh, yes.
The bloke comes up to you and he says, "I can tell you got places to be, lad, but worry not. Time moves a little bit differently in these parts.
Sometimes faster. We may come back 200 years from now.
Fret not.
Where are we? Well, where are we? Didn't you say you have a song? What, do we just play the song and then let us go?
The Fae among my people are quite dangerous.
As a lot of them are singing. One of the lady Fae takes you by the arm.
Well,
and says,
GG, boys.
dance with me, and she's grabbing you by the arms and spinning you around. It's too late. She's grabbing you, buddy. You're gone.
Yeah.
And you're dancing, spinning in circles around the fire.
Just Dancing with the fairies.
Some of the older fairies are laughing at the interaction as well as they see Lysha's just shaking her head.
We're so dead.
It certainly seems like we should at least stay here a little while.
There's plenty of merry to be made here, friends. Stay a while.
We need
If
to
what they
go
say
now.
is true, then
No,
we won't
we
be
need
here
to
that
go
long.
now.
Oh,
We
oh,
need
please.
to go now.
You can go now. That's fine.
Oh no. If you stay, you're definitely dead.
Dead?
Listen, there's nothing of the sort. And the guy lets out a belly laugh. Dead? Now, who told you that?
Oh, it is well known among my people.
Your people? Ah, you wood elves, you stack a bunch of pansies. Listen, tell you what, listen, you can leave whenever you like. The door is right over there. And he just points towards the forest.
The door back to where we came from.
Yes, the door's there. We're not keeping you here against your will. We just thought you'd like to stay and rest your feet up for a
Is
little while.
Mildred with us? She's in town. Okay.
No.
Set your differences aside. Let's enjoy the moment and then
I
press
have
on.
no differences. I am concerned that when we return, it will be 200 years from when we left.
Oliver is running around with the children now as well, playing with them.
Olika, come.
Did you just slap her like a dog?
Not a dog.
You're a little river dwarf.
Yes?
You've been like a little pet to us.
I say we stay here for a little while. They seem quite
I
friendly.
think it's a terrible idea.
Oh, that's reasonable.
I agree with Lysha. We
They're
must
very kind,
press
they're
on.
very kind.
What's the hurry?
The hurry?
Oh, what about your need to get all that money back to that dragon?
Oh, these Fae seem quite wealthy. I bet I could win in some gambling.
And if you don't make it back for 200 years, the dragon wouldn't.
What are these 200 years you're talking about?
I'm just saying, time passes differently. He hasn't said if it passes faster or slower, and the stories in my people tell quite unpleasant.
He said not to fret. Why should we worry?
We also didn't know that he
Everyone
was
who tells
Fey
you
when
not
he
to
picked
fret.
us up.
He
I-
said not.
I
You
have
know,
a-
everyone who tells you not to fret is usually a reason to fret.
What if time stands still?
What
it
if-
could well stand still, and what if it does not? Or what if it does, and you age drastically, and when you
Are you having this
return,
conversation
it's
out loud?
Yeah.
No.
Welcome to the
Yes.
part of every single
Yes.
scenario where a party gets started up because they just don't agree with each other. And we
Yeah.
spend literally half an hour getting
All right, let's get on then.
I'm dancing with the fucking fairy.
Yeah, he's dancing. Oliver's
You're the one
chasing around
fucking
the kids.
stalling, dude.
I don't have-
gone to
I'm dancing with
inspect
the
the edge
fairy.
of the woods where he pointed and said that I could leave.
Yeah. As you take one step into the forest, suddenly you're transported straight away back onto the side of the road.
Is she
And
gone from
we
us?
noticed that she's
Yeah,
disappeared.
she just boop vanishes. Yeah. They seem to have opened up a temporary little gateway.
Where'd she go?
Of course. Well,
Didn't you have to play them a song?
one song, and then we follow Lysha.
But where's Lysha?
She took the door. They
She
said
took
the
the
door
door.
was open.
She's gone back home. We need to follow her at some point, but one song won't hurt anybody.
Why are you playing this song?
Because they asked.
Should we
Listen,
reconsider
listen,
what's
lads,
happening?
listen. Stay a while, you know. Listen to the tales of the Fae. Teach us a couple of your own stories and whatnot. I guarantee you, your friend
One
will be
song.
fine outside.
One song.
I'm gonna die.
Are you just stood outside?
If I step back, do I come back?
What, did you try to step
I guess
back?
I would try. I would try to be
Yeah.
like, wait, I'm back. And
Yeah, you
if I
step back in
this way
and-
again, am I here again?
You step back in and wait a second. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but the guy comes up to you and he's got a couple of flagons of mead and all sorts and hands one to you and says, listen, just stay a while, relax a little bit.
I'm afraid we must be going, but I will teach you that one song that I promised you. But no mead. We must be going on our way.
Looks like your
Eren,
friend isn't
yes,
leaving
Gabriel.
anytime
Eren.
soon.
Now?
It's time to
Must
leave.
I?
What? One song. We'll let you dance for one song, and then we must pry you
Well,
away.
get ready to leave. All right.
Tie your shoes. Go for a piss. We must be leaving.
Yes, well, off with your song then.
It goes like this. So you must help me with the chorus.
Yes.
Right? It goes like this. Oh, oh, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
Oh, oh, the rattling bog down in the valley.
Oh,
Exactly.
Oh, the rattling bog.
The bog down in the valley, oh, 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 the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And then basically, you make up the next few lines. In that bog there was a hole, a rare hole, the rattling hole, a hole in the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley. And in that hole there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree. The tree in the hole in the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley.
Everyone's getting into it.
Down in the valley. And on the tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb, a limb in the tree, in the hole, in the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog down in the valley. And as I sing, I'm pulling them away. The bog down in the valley.
I'm backing up.
Are you going with them?
Yeah, hopefully I'm perceptive enough to realise that you're trying to leave.
I see. Okay. Well, before you go, the guy, everyone else is dancing around, singing the exact same thing. Grabs you and says, "Thank you so much for passing on. Listen, we have a gift for you. Just wait a few moments." And he pulls out a box out of seemingly nowhere
Gift.
and hands it to you. And he says, "I can tell you're all in quite a rush to get to where you're going. So it must be quite important. And you look like you can handle yourselves quite well. But I tell you this: if you're ever in a little bit of trouble, just chuck some of this in the air, and you should be
It's
alright."
flu powder.
What does this do?
I'll take care of this.
So me to know and you to find out. And he pushes you all out of the Fey Gate,
Okay.
and you all snap back into reality.
Oh.
Snap back to reality. Whoa,
Oh,
there goes
okay.
gravity.
Yeah. So as you step back into the portal, you notice that it's now dusk in the same area. They're still partying essentially, and what you seem to gather from this is essentially that time is slowed. So the time you spent outside, you spent a couple of seconds out there, was actually many minutes, and it's now into the tail end of it. But as you step back in, they've just stepped back out. So you've missed each other like ships passing in the night.
Where are my friends? What have you done with them?
Oh, calm yourself. They're all quite tipsy at this point. Listen, they stepped outside. I'm sure you'll be able to find them. And as you lot are outside, you don't see Lysha.
Oh God, where did she go? Well, what happened to Lysha?
Where is she? She said she stepped out.
Perhaps leaving before we had given them the song. She's dead, or transported
Dead?
to another realm.
Surely not. That was Fey magic.
What do you know of the Fae? Do they get along with Wood Elves?
No, they do not. That's why I asked her to calm down her
Wait,
differences.
why didn't you say something about that beforehand? Why, are they enemies?
Look, we left early enough.
Right.
I was motioning us to leave.
Yes.
What time is it in the real world?
In the real world right now, so it's like no time's passed almost at all.
But
for
it's still middle of the day, right? It wouldn't be time to set up camp.
middle of the day. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Surely she's just hidden in the bushes here. Surely.
Do you
Maybe
think,
she's just walked off road.
why would she have gone anywhere? Could she have gone
Because-
back for us?
Because she loves trees.
What would you be doing, Lysha?
She does.
They told me that my friends left again, right?
Yes.
They are not there, so help me, I will find you.
Well, good luck with that. But we wish you best of luck. And pushes you out the door. So, now, what is your action now as this goes on?
Action. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
as in like, what are you guys gonna do? Are
What-
you gonna
what
wait
did we
here?
receive? What was it, like a small box or something, or was it like one for
A small
each?
little wooden engraved box.
Was it one for each?
Just one
No,
box.
just one
Alright,
box.
I'll take it.
Sure.
One little box.
I mean, he handed it to Allan.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Johnny,
I
Johnny
told
just
you
wants
before.
all the
All
stuff,
of
dude.
What are you guys gonna do?
Well,
What's your
it's
action?
still the middle of the day, is it not?
Yes.
I would. My inclination would be to keep on, keep
Yeah.
trying to.
We should wait here for a little while, maybe half an hour.
Well, Lysha
then-
is back now, right?
Well, we don't know
No,
that. We
not
don't know
yet.
that.
Lysha, roll a d8.
A D8.
Mm-hmm.
1.
That's not. Oh yeah, there's one. Yeah.
Okay. How long are you waiting for? 30 minutes, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's your plan?
To press onwards.
Just gonna
So
set
you
off
would just
down the road.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
search the area. Wow, I don't want to go back into the fucking fairy world. Yeah.
Okay. So you carry on walking for your whatever amount of time it is, and approximately 1 hour later, Lysha comes stumbling backwards out of the Fey portal.
They're not here!
Yeah, surrounded by no one.
Well,
Or I would look around me for signs that they had been there recently.
Yeah. Roll a.
because we would have assumed that you would have headed off, like in the direction of DOTAIN'S Rock. So
What would you roll for tracks?
survival.
Survival, yeah.
Oh wow, your survival was pretty good.
18.
So you spot 2 heavy footprints, heavy set.
Just solid footprints.
One quite dainty and one reasonably small, just in terms of how they step. And
I was trying to think. I was like, who's reasonably small? Oh, okay.
yeah. And they're all heading in the direction of DOTAIN'S Rock, of what you believe it to be, in the 7 direction.
Right. Well, that's a good sign at least. And I would probably use. Let me see if any of my beasts are faster than me. Yeah, at least that one is. So I'd probably transform into like wild shape into a horse, and so I could run after them.
Are you guys just walking down the road?
Yeah.
I would assume so. Yeah, because I would be.
I'm
we would be
practicing my
thinking.
Usain Bolt sprints.
We would have thought
Okay.
that she would have gone ahead.
Yeah,
if she hadn't
you
appeared.
would have catch up pretty quick if you were a horse.
Okay.
Yeah, and you come trotting up behind him. You hear the sound of.
Holy shit! It's a horse.
Grab it. Grab the horse.
Can I break this? Can I break this horse, perhaps?
break the horse?
Yeah, like I tame it. You know.
You can't willingly
Can you
transform out.
I totally can, but right now she's kind of amused, so picture like a horse whinnying and laughing at a person.
Grab the horse.
The
It's
horse
useful for
laughing
travel.
noise.
Sure. I try and grab the horse.
As he reaches for like mane, whatever, I'd transform back.
Just got you by the hair.
Pop! And just be laughing.
Where the hell have you been?
I went back looking for you, where the hell were you?
We were waiting for you for about an hour or so. We assumed you just carried on.
No, I stepped from one side of the Feyworld and back into the Feyworld, and it seemed like hours had passed.
Well, you weren't lying
They
about
said
the.
you were gone.
You weren't lying about the passage of time out there. Then it's just as well we left when we did, really.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. It was wise. They gave us a gift. They were impressed by.
Don't trust gifts from the Fey.
They did not seem malevolent.
It was a pretty good
If
gift.
they were malevolent, I believe they would have heard us while we were there.
Or
They
at
they
least-
said if we were in trouble, to cast the dust in the air.
Not even so much as an attempt to waylay us,
Fey
in
love
fact.
trouble. Why would they not wish to be part of it?
Well, perhaps they would like to be right in the thick of the trouble.
Well, perhaps
I
we
think
made.
they
deal with
simply
the trouble.
liked our song.
I tend
Yes,
to
it was a
give
good
up
song.
It was a good song.
It was a
It was a
Take
good
the
song.
best in everyone, but the Fey.
Well, we have the
Well-
dust. Perhaps if it's a last resort, we can. Perhaps it will summon them. Perhaps we can call upon their aid in our direst hour.
It may be useful for DOTAIN'S Rock. Olga, how far away are we now?
Oh, about 2.5 days.
Let's get on with it then.
Let's press on.
Press
Yes.
on.
I had actually forgotten that you could transform into a horse. Is there no better way of us travelling than just wandering around?
Couldn't you summon some horses?
I could, but they'd only last for an hour.
No, that's
That
not
would-
enough.
Would be useful.
Only 1 hour?
Gets us further than
By
others.
my estimations, that would save us roughly 4 hours.
How far are we from the rock?
2.5
About
days.
2.5 days.
1 hour is hardly going to help us there.
Okay.
Well, my feet are hurting.
Well, gonna walk then.
Well, trudging on.
All right. As you're walking on the way up to DOTAIN'S Rock, during this time, again, you see more and more villages that have been ransacked and raided by the local sort. And as you get closer and closer, you're sleeping, taking watch, all the rest of it. Nothing out of the ordinary. But as you get closer until you're about 1 day's travel away from the
Maybe
rock,
longer.
you see in the distance, in the middle of a wide plain, looks like a massive kind of gnarled hunk of stone and iron was flung straight from the sky and plopped and embedded itself right in a great green hill at the center of a gentle valley. So this rock formation rises 500 feet into the sky. Very, very high up. And it's riddled, you can see just in the distance, various caves and passages all snaking in and out, almost like a termite mound, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And the rock itself, though, is smooth, worn down after years and years and years of weather and erosion from the rain. So smooth, appears to be smooth and almost shiny in the far distance, which makes it quite easy to spot. You see tracks leading to the roads that were originally, reasonably well maintained, have now just pretty much only dirt tracks at this point. The only people who would be traveling to and from would be unsavory sorts, definitely. And as you get a little bit closer and closer, you do see various camps being set up at the base of DOTAIN'S Rock. All sorts of foul fiends, beasts, or whatnot. And they're all there, rallied to serve the king, Hacas.
Well, this is more people than we'd anticipated.
And we have no idea where we are supposed to look for this object, and we don't even know what this object is.
But we know where it is, approximately. We need to sneak past an entire army to get there, though.
I have a feeling that whatever item it is would be obvious enough that a king would be holding it. If all of these people couldn't find the object, there's no chance that we will be able to.
But is it outwardly obvious? Is it something that, would be considered an item of great value? And
Do they not have mages? I'm sure they would have found a magical item hidden in DOTAIN'S Rock. And if they did find such an item, it would go to the noble folk. It would go to the king.
Seems likely.
If I was to suggest a place, we should try and sneak to King Hacas.
should we ask for an audience with their king?
Feel free.
Pass. Perhaps pass without a trace.
We could. Interesting.
Are you all coming up to the sort of base of a lot of these encampments and whatnot?
I assume we
We're
approach
hiding
to a
off
safe
to the
distance,
side.
right?
Yeah. So Johnny, you recognize the banners that are being set up all around.
The Arugula clan.
It is the Arugula clan. It is actually the Arugula clan. And if you remember a couple of episodes ago as well, you heard whispers of travelers as they were passing by, claiming the wildling Arugula clan had been displaced from their lands. Johnny, you remember the flood of Vaguna, which you helped your people with? The very same flood has displaced the Arugula clan, and they are now seeking to rally up to King Hacas and serve him. Now, one important piece of information that you know of the Arugula clan is that they respect strength, so their leaders are bound to accept any challenges by combat. Any challenges by combat. They respect strength over all else. Yeah.
I recognize these banners. I have seen them before. In war. In battle.
You've been in battle.
This is the Arugula clan. They come from my lands, and I do not know how they've arrived here.
Are you friendly with them?
No. This is a dangerous clan.
Do they know who you are?
Reckless. Oh yes. I vanquished them.
But here they are, amassing an army.
There were a few survivors.
What, and they just fucked each other over the last 30 years, and all of a sudden there's an army?
That is how procreation.
I see.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I
Yes.
see.
Birds and the bees, Mr. Ball.
We should wear them. You,
Me.
however, Eren, will be very useful for us as we look to find this item.
Why? Unless you're trying to get killed.
The Arugula clan does not respect intelligence or wisdom.
Well, me
Like
neither. What's your point?
me and Allan.
There's me out.
But they respect muscle,
Oh, I win.
strength. And I will let you know, Eren, that if you challenge them to what?
A test of strength,
A test of
trial
strength.
of combat.
A test of strength of your choosing.
What if I just
They are
challenge the
bound
king
to
to
accept
a?
it.
What if I just challenge the king to a duel? Then the winner takes leadership.
Oh,
If he's going to try and kill
that's
everyone
risky.
after he fights, I'd rather I challenge them.
you, the druid.
12 strength druid.
Where's your
I think
biceps
not.
at?
No one said it had to be a feat of strength. A test of combat was mentioned.
They don't
No,
respect
they
smoke
respect
and
strength.
mirrors and conjury. They respect brawn.
I could
They
throw
respect
plenty of
results.
spells, but it
They
would
don't
not
respect
matter.
results. They're savages.
Then I'll turn into a beast. And
It
be
matters
my
not.
muscle.
Eren, I suggest you lead us the way.
Yes.
But what is the plan here? That you're gonna charge in there, kill their clan leader, and
What?
then
We're gonna walk up to the front gate. You're gonna talk your fancy talk and arrange a duel with this king.
Or I cast a spell and we pass without a trace and we sneak in.
Sorry, Elf. Have you gotten the impression so
So,
far that your suggestions are
looking-
falling on deaf ears?
Looking down.
You know I have, which is funny because I've saved all of your collective asses multiple times.
And also
it would be
fried
nice
us.
if you'd start listening to me once in a while.
Well, you've also almost killed us multiple times.
how about
More
almost
times,
killed all of
more
us.
times that I have almost killed you guys.
Less
Sorry,
arguing.
when
Let's
have I
figure out the
almost
way
killed you?
to the king.
okay?
So as you're looking down, essentially at these encampments and whatnot, you notice there's a valley, and of what you can see, this is the entrance to get into DOTAIN'S Rock, and it spreads in, works its way around. At the base of the valley is almost hundreds of Arugula clan members. Some of them in circles, sparring, fighting. Other ones drinking. Think of if I was to describe it as anything in modern day fiction, it would be the Dothraki almost from Game of Thrones. So you've got tents and the smell of soot, meat, sweat, fighting, blood is filling your noses from this.
What races are they?
Humanoid, yeah,
Right.
or
right.
humanoid.
Okay. How about this as a plan? Lysha takes Johnny under the cover of stealth and watches and tries to penetrate the King Hacas's area. In the meantime, I could disguise myself as one of these folk, as a folk from the Arugula clan, if you tell me how to disguise myself, and lead Eren towards them, and we can arrange this duel.
I'm sorry,
There are
now you want my
hordes.
help?
There are hordes
Yes.
of the Arugula clan here. I do not recommend facing these.
Perhaps
We're
I
not
can,
trying to fight them all,
No.
just their leader.
Yeah, perhaps I can persuade.
That would not be. I assume that would be King Hacas though. I have to fight a little giant.
No, I think just the leader of the Arugula clan.
Oh, okay.
Do I know if he'd have a good chance of persuading them?
You know that they respect trials of combat or tests of strength over anything else.
And you can just. Do I know if you can just challenge the king like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's standard in their culture.
Alright. If that is what you wish to do, it's certainly a possibility for
It
you.
seems to be the best use of my unique affliction at present.
And that will essentially be a distraction for the two of you under cover of stealth to be able to get through to King Hacas.
Alright then. This will be a tough challenge for all of us.
Well, I'm not going to be doing anything, I'm just going to be talking. I'm certainly not
I
going
feel
to
like
be
we're all
fighting.
playing to our strengths.
I'm trying to see how well you do without me.
Oh
Then fuck off, elf!
We will stealth onwards.
Well, that was the plan.
A little bit of
You
sharp
were
fight from the
great at protecting us from sight. Let's use that to our advantage.
Sneaky elf.
Mm-hmm. So let's get on with it.
Yeah, so what are you doing? What's your decision? So, like I said, there's hundreds of these clan members waiting at the base of this area. Now, I won't lie to you, it looks suicidal if you were to try to sneak by. There's so many eyes looking at this valley, at the neck of it, that, yeah, I mean, unless you're very proficient in rock climbing, there's no real way around to the side. Yes.
Is that a way for you to say that we all should go?
So I have this spell called Spider Climb, where I can make people be able to climb, but you can't also be stealthy at the same time because I have to concentrate on that.
That seems inconvenient.
Are there...
But if we have a distraction created, then you maybe don't need to be stealthy.
If we manage to drum up enough hype, then perhaps you can just scale one of the parts of the rock that nobody's really looking at. Surely nobody's watching a bare cliff face. They're not expecting
When
an attack from
their
there.
chieftain, their king is being challenged in single combat.
Now remember, it's a wide open plain in broad daylight with a valley leading in and then just sheer cliffs.
Lysha, where would we stealth?
To make this work successfully, I hate to tell you, but I could get myself there, but not you.
Okay. They would recognize me though. Okay.
Do you not have a hat of disguise?
Yes, shut up. And the duration is 1 hour. So,
We should wait for the fall of night cover at the very least.
So I could, my basic plan is to transform myself into a rabbit to hop across the plains. And once there, cast spider climb on myself to climb to the top, where I can then put myself into stealth mode to hide. But I'd have to climb as stealthily as possible without the abilities that I might otherwise provide for my spell to keep myself able to climb.
I like the idea. But for now, we should wait until the night.
alright, let's wait for the night.
Okay. Yep, you wait until nighttime, and it doesn't seem like any of the revelry is dying down. If anything, it's now heating up as
Alright.
more of them start to leave their tents. And there's fights breaking out now as more and more of them are getting drunk. Definitely seems like almost Eren's sort of crowd is occurring right here. And yeah, there's it's a rowdy behavior, but there's still people waiting on the outskirts, just looking outwards. So what is your plan? Are you gonna become a rabbit?
I actually think I'm gonna go for a swarm of rats instead.
Swarm of rats.
You can become a swarm of rats?
That's pretty sick.
That's crazy. So what you
I somehow split my
it's
consciousness.
like a collective
between
conscious?
Like, yeah,
Damn.
rats.
That's actually sick for role playing.
And the rest of you are gonna gather
Yeah, I'm gonna
as 3.
cast Jonathan, Johnny the Wise. May I call you Jonathan?
No, you can only call me Johnny the Wise.
Well, I do apologise for gravely insulting you, Johnny the Wise. Johnny the Wise, could you tell me what these Arugula clan people look like? I need to disguise myself.
What?
Well, they do not look too different from ours. They're full of tattoos and piercings, and they have a very slimmed down face, a bit
Okay.
pointy like.
Okay. Gonna slim my face, bulk myself up, make myself look stocky, and instead
Yeah,
of
tattoos,
flowery rags,
piercings.
yeah,
So
some
my
tattoos
laptop
and
is about to
piercings.
die, so I need to go grab my charger. Apologies, everyone.
Okay. No problem.
I'm going to use Hat
Where is
of
the
Disguise,
charger?
but
It's
it does
just
not
in the
affect
bag
my
right there.
appearance
Oh,
I brought it
that
down.
much.
Yeah.
It can make me look stronger though,
Hmm.
so I will bulk up as well a bit. I'll
Yeah,
change,
everyone's
I'll
trying
change
to bulk
the
up nowadays,
appearance
man.
of my face, so they won't recognize me.
Yeah.
So only slight
Okay.
altercations.
And we'll take you with us.
I guess I'll just look as I do, right?
Our
Yeah.
prized pony.
Yeah.
Stallion. Thank you.
And we will march down, I presume, to the camp.
Yeah. Let me do the talking. I'll try and persuade them to let us through.
Mm-hmm. So are you walking up and
Yeah. Approaching the main
approaching
gate.
approaching them at the
Yeah.
makeshift gates?
Yeah.
Who the hell are you?
Scouting party. We were told to go and check out a disturbance that was happening down.
Scouting party.
Yes. We've been told to return. Apparently, there's beer to be drunk.
Oh well, you got that right. Come on, step in. And who's this fella?
We found him while we were roaming around. He desires a challenge.
A challenge? Oh, with who? Me? You can just put up a little fight?
Take me to your leader.
Your leader? What the bloody hell would Erica want with you?
I seek to challenge the strongest fighter in your ranks.
I told him he was stupid. I
Yeah.
mean, Erica's enormous, but
Well, I can appreciate his. I don't know.
would be a little bit of sport, though, wouldn't it? A little bit of sport. That's why I brought him back.
All right, go on. Come on through. And as you're walking through the camps, you know, every now and then there's children that are running around beating each other with sticks. Men creating smaller circles as tests of strength is occurring as they're wrestling each other to the ground. Lots of drinks to be had. Some tribal chanting, drums being pounded, bonfires being danced around. But it leads you, or not quite leads you, he just leaves you at the gate. But what you can see is there's a clear path that leads all the way up, and we're going to the map, baby.
Ooh, that's
So-
what this map was for.
Yeah, this is where you can kind of see it all leading up to. Essentially, it is.
It's fine. Oh, great.
Oh, you broke it.
Oh, is it probably
Oh,
broken?
it's just the tip. It's fine.
Just that's it. It is essentially. This is kind of a walkway of a cliff. You're going up here, all the way like this. So you would be traveling up this way. Now, Lysha, you're not. Are you? A
I'm
swarm
not.
of
I'm a
rats?
swarm of rats.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. But you'd be moving up here, and there would be people keeping watch all around, as you can see, as you're moving up. But this is where you'd be heading, and this is kind of like what looks like a makeshift entrance. These are all fires of various types as well,
Okay.
going around. These are the walls. These are just bushes and trees that are kind of blocking off you from kind of going in these directions. Yeah. But this is essentially the main encampment.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is A, B, and C?
So these were just the various different types of people that are watching. So you can see various different types
Okay.
of people. Some that are more well armed than others. The A would be the most well armed. The Bs would be, they look to be almost like scouts. The Cs would be almost shamanistic in nature.
Sure.
Or I should say the B is, there's only one B, and there's he appears, he's stood essentially sat next to the bonfire on a brambled, wooden, twisted and turned throne, and next to him is also appears to be a shaman as well. Can you move C closer to B for me? Yeah, right next to him. Very much a scenario where it's like the savage and his almost savage queen, if you will. But these are the main ones. But you're not there yet. Now, you've got your markers as well there, your people.
Yeah.
So set them down.
Druid.
But you'd be walking up and around, I suppose.
Bard. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which one is it? I'm this guy. So where are we being taken? Up here, right?
Yeah, well, you haven't been taken. You would have just been walking. So they're not escorting you, so to speak.
Okay.
They've just let you in past the main 100 men or whatever.
So,
But they've let you at the
yeah.
base here. That's exactly where you are.
Johnny, you can be. It's fine.
But
Doesn't matter, yeah.
yeah, Wes.
Whoa. So I'd be. Do I see any cracks in the walls anywhere?
Cracks in the wall. So
Cracks
as
that a
you,
rat would fit through.
yeah, you're essentially, it was a winding spire where it's led them up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
So to climb up, you would have had to Did you wait until it was nighttime?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's going to be a series of essentially difficult rolls. So you get a bonus to your climbing, right?
Well, no. So what spider climb does is allow me to walk on walls as if I were walking on the ground. It makes you
Gotcha.
Spider-Man.
Okay, that's dumb. But yes.
But I'd have to do that, so I would have to transform, I'd get up to the walls in my rat form,
Yeah.
and then...
You'd have to out transform and
Then I'd
cast it.
transform and cast it.
Yeah.
when I
And
got
is
to
it like
the
a
wall.
channeled of things you have to channel, so you can't transform back into an animal?
Yeah, it's concentration, I believe,
Yeah,
yeah.
concentration.
So I can't be an animal once I'm on the walls.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be rolling to see if anybody spots you, and you also still need to roll stealth, as there's various sentries at various parts of the wall as well. But roll a stealth
It
check.
means my hand's free.
Yes, roll a stealth check
check?
for me. Yeah.
Cool. I wish I were stealthier. 9.
9. Okay. Yeah, you continue up a couple of, as you're grappling up and climbing and whatnot, a couple of rocks end up falling down off of the side.
I'm actually just walking up, so I'd probably kick them with my feet. or
Kicking
something
a
like
couple
that
of the
by
rocks, they
accident.
loosen up, and
Mhm.
one of the blokes who's on the lower level, spear in hand, a couple of rocks fall next to him, and he looks around a little bit, but doesn't really notice you.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll a stealth check again to climb even further up.
Okay. 7.
7. Alright, still good. You're still good.
What?
Yeah. I'm essentially rolling against my rolls.
Okay.
Is how it's working. But yeah, you continue to climb back up. And roll one more time for me.
18.
Okay, and once more you manage to stealth your way
Okay.
up, scrambling up the side of the mountain, walking up.
So where are you climbing? Sorry.
So I'm like over there still.
Yeah.
Is the idea
So
that like
this
I'd walk up one of these
spirals
ridiculous spirals to get like over the side.
Yeah, so
somewhere.
this is just kind of like the way this works here. So these lines are kind of to signify a change in elevation.
Yeah.
But this is like a.
Are you saying they're contour lines?
So yes, exactly. Yeah. But this is all like shrubbery and whatnot. But you would be climbing up here if that was the case.
Okay.
And you managed to avoid him and him. So yeah. And I don't know if you'd see your party or not, but they would be there.
Well, if they were
roughly at the
walking
same
that
time.
way, like I would have walked until like the point was to try and climb up the outside walls.
Well,
So, like,
this is where we got let in by that guard. We
Oh,
Way
I
over
see.
around.
spoke our
This
way
is
in.
much, yeah. This is much higher up, and they've spiraled up as they were walking
Okay.
up to the main point.
Gotcha.
And what you can tell is this is kind of like the start of the fortress of
Okay.
DOTAIN'S ROCK almost. Yeah, this is like where one of the main entrances would be. But it's up to you. Where are you gonna try and sneak
I'm
further?
trying to
or-
sneak further.
Okay,
Like,
all right,
towards the wall.
cool. How do we do this? Probably.
Because I don't want to recast spider climb,
Mm.
so I'm gonna like keep my concentration on that spell because I have that for an hour.
Now, are you gonna wait for them to try and work their way in
Yeah.
first before you attempt to? Okay.
I'd try and like stay hidden where I was. My
Where are you
Wraith
trying to get to,
has
if
the
I might
ability
ask?
to hide in plain sight. I'm just trying to stay hidden in case of a fuck shit, and I can.
So you're just trying to move up with us, but away
like,
from us.
Away from you and be hidden, kind of.
So as you three walk up to Mr. A there, who's at the one of the ruins, he's sat down on a crate. He's fiddling with a knife, a dagger, picking out the dirt underneath his nails, and he takes one look at you and he says, "What are you doing here?"
This one wants to challenge Erica. Thought it'd be good sport while we drink some mead.
He wants to challenge you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I seek to challenge the strongest warrior of this
Like,
tribe.
Don't look like much. Why should Erica even accept your challenge?
Well, I mean, if she wants me to subdue her subordinates.
She?
That's a funny little joke of his, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, Erica probably won't be too pleased with that one.
But he did take out 20 of our people.
20 of our people.
Right, we were off on a little scout, took out 20 of them. But little runt like him, I thought Erica will dismantle him easily.
Why haven't you killed him?
Huh?
Why haven't you killed him?
Because it'll be sport. Erica always says bring back the strongest for sport.
Yeah, you might be right there. All right then, head on in. And he just goes back to picking
What is
out
the chieftain's
dirt.
pronoun? The chieftain is a male.
Yeah, Eruca.
Okay, so not Erica as in
Aruka.
a very common woman's name.
No, Erica.
Just
I just kept using the name Erica so that I didn't say that to one of the guards.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Aruka.
Eruca. Gotcha.
Yeah. So move your pieces inwards, I suppose. As you make your way further into the encampment, all eyes are on you from various points as well. There's a lot of stairs going on. And
is there-
I'm trying to sneak in
Yeah.
to follow them.
okay.
Right, you gotta roll some snake.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Like
roll a
scale the
sneak,
walls
yeah.
over there.
Well, do you want
Reverse
to
it, do
indicate
stars.
your intended location first before we?
Yeah, so like, I'd like to find a way to like, there's a guard here and a guard here, right? Would I be
Yeah.
able to see them from where I'm at?
They're quite high up,
Okay.
but yes, because the fire behind them would be highlighting their silhouette.
Okay. But this is really only where the walls are. There's like nothing on this side, right?
No. I mean, what? It's so high up at that point, you
That you
can't
can't
really
really
see
tell.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would try to climb just, high enough to like here and hang out below where the guard could maybe see me and possibly try to put the guard to sleep. Do I still have sleep? Let me see if I
Did you
have sleep
prepare
in the
it?
spell. Did I prepare sleep? I didn't
Lol.
sleep. That day.
Oh, the DM was very pleased about that. Sleep is the bane of fucking
Roll
DM.
a stealth check for me.
Okay. Nat 20.
Oh, all right.
Ooh, she's
Okay.
invisible.
Can't
You
confirm,
slink
yeah.
your way whoop, 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 up the side of it, making almost no noise whatsoever. Silent. You can hear the yawn of the guard next to you as he takes another swig of his mead. And whereabouts is your character?
I'd like to kind of be hanging out, like, just below A here, if possible.
So what, you're rolling that 20 and you want to go that far? Feels bad.
Well, like,
You can go further than that
I
if you
can go
want.
further
Yeah.
than that? Okay,
Yeah.
I can kind of, like, if I went through the middle, I kind of get past him.
You'd be able to climb over that wall.
Over the
So
wall.
that's these are these scribbly
Like
ones
here?
are all walls.
Okay. And, like, hiding.
Now you need to be careful because you're right next to a fire.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably
there's a guy
like try
right
and
there.
oh, there's a dude right there. So yeah, I try and like scamper, even if partially hidden, like around. And are these like what are these boxes built?
Yeah, boxes.
Yeah, I'd probably try and hide in the boxes someplace
Okay.
where I can like see what's
Yeah,
going
you're-
on.
you're
but
good.
Not right.
You're good. Now, as the three of you enter this grand area, you can see there's on the nearby fire to your left. You can see a pig slowly being roasted around as well on a spit roast. And in the middle is a great beast hulk of a man with animal furs draped over his shoulders, piercings in various parts of his bodies, a shaven head
Bodies.
on his body, a shaved head, tattoos all down his face as well, in the form of long streaks going straight
Eren's
down.
starting to reconsider the wisdom of this little gambit.
And next to him is stood a very beautiful, attractive shamaness, right by his side, and she is sort of tending to his hands, massaging them. All right. Give me a moment. Mm-mm-mm. So you notice all around on his lower body as well, he's got the animal hides draped over. There's all sorts of thorns and brambles, essentially. The tattoos is what they're depicting, all across his body, along with multiple scars. This guy is very battle-hardened. You can see he's got a hard look in his eyes. And in a sort of low, rumbling whisper, but audible enough for you to hear, he says, so I hear you come to me, challenging me to a trial of strength.
Yes, I seek the glory of single combat with you, chieftain.
We have rules here. This is how we do things with the Arugula clan. I'm sure they've already told you.
We thought it most appropriate for you to tell him how the challenge occurs.
Who are you? Who are you?
I brought him here for you.
You're not one of my men.
One of the most recent scout editions.
Most recent scout editions.
Not commonly among your closest fortress guards.
Roll a deception.
$15.
Pays no mind to you. It looks past you. And looks at Eren instead. The rules are very simple, challenger. What is your name?
They call me Eren.
Any clan you hail from?
The clan of Vol.
Kind of Vol. Never heard of you. The rules are simple. One champion versus another champion. In single combat, we will face each other. Now, each side may bolster their champion with magic or other benefits, but they may not attack the enemy's champion. Now, you can use magic to meddle in the affairs of the opposition, but never inflicting damage on one another. That's not allowed, not in these parts. The duel is over when one champion falls or yields. And as he's saying this now, more and more of the people around are starting to gather around closer and closer from the various areas, moving in, and including a few more people moving up the spire once they got word that somebody was going to be challenging Erica. So now,
Okay.
There we go.
you're all here, and they're all starting to slowly move in and surround you like this. Yeah.
This seems like high school all over again.
Okay, I'm gonna try and just take a step back into the circle.
Is this you?
Yeah, to just become part of the circle.
Yeah.
What is Johnny the Wise doing this whole time? Melding
Are you
in?
also doing that?
Doing what, sorry?
Going back into the circle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We need to buff this more.
Yeah. You got them buffs, man.
As soon as the guy said you can influence them with magic, I'm like, oh, I was intended to do that anyway, but now he can do it anyway, so that's fucked.
Yeah.
Does that include healing?
Any magic is what he said.
As long as it
As
doesn't
long
do
as it
damage.
doesn't harm.
All of my magic is harmful,
We know.
except for one thing.
So as the groups fall in, Aruka claims, "This man thought he could challenge me," and like looks around at all of his people, getting a laugh out of it. He thought he could challenge me after all these years. Have I ever let us down? I led us here to be under the banners of King Hacas, to serve under him. Our people will once again rule the lands of Aruga. We will reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Ooga.
And he's kind of looking around at everyone and says, "This will be over in a few moments."
Eren's pretty stoic. He's not really reacting to a lot of this. I think he's also thinking like, he's almost nihilistic. It's like, if I fucking die, then, well, shit happens because I tried to kill my friends anyway. So.
Yeah. He walks over to his shaman, who is next to him, the beautiful shamaness. Apparently shaman is a gender-neutral term.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
And she presents him his battle axe, great hulking blade, serrated on either side. Think of like a spiral, a whirling blade almost, if you will, attached onto the end of a very long pole. Looks almost makeshift in the way it's worked, but you're pretty confident it would do some damage. Picks up the great axe, holds it one hand in the air, flexes with the other as well, and screams a bestial roar. And in response, all of the followers around him scream in unison as well, beating their shields to the sounds of it. Shamans in the back are throwing flammable dust onto the bonfires to rage them into great infernos around you. And the smell and the sounds, the shouting, it all takes up every single one of your senses all around you. You can feel the reverberations, the vibrations, as well as the stomping of feet around the ground around you occurs and gets louder and louder and louder. Yeah.
Can I pop wings?
You can do whatever you want. This is a show match. This is him
Right.
flexing on you.
So, without a word, I, just pop my wings out.
Mm,
Then, are they still covered in blood, even now?
no,
Okay.
they're golden
Cool.
as it stands. Yeah.
Press Q. Someone said it. Yeah.
That's it. I'm Valking, bro.
Yeah. So,
Frag him.
Erica.
Yeah, wordlessly. Yeah.
Yeah. As he sees your wings sprout behind you, he narrows his vision a little bit and twirls around his great axe, holds it. It's a two-handed weapon, but he's holding it with just one for now.
Okay.
Raised his hand up, puts the other hand underneath it, and charges you almost immediately, taking the first attack. So he's going to swing at you straight away, going for a sweeping blow, very theatrical. He's going to go for your lower legs to try and knock the wind out of you. No, not with this. Yeah,
Okay.
he
Just
gets the
when I'm
first
hiding,
move.
There was something I was hoping to do.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Not with this. Yeah, it's this is going to be some turn-based, one after the other combat, and yeah, let's.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Okay.
The rest of us don't have the option to intervene.
It's a 1/1. You can use a magic. As long as
So
it's
at the end of each turn, essentially the way this is going to work is you get an action to step back into the crowd, if you will, and get buffed by your party members. Or if there's something with range and you can actually see him, then you can do it. But as of right now, your vision is being blocked by people. Now, I don't know what spells you're planning on casting. But essentially the idea is, in the case that you need to be buffed or whatever, you would have to fall back to the sidelines and physically be touched or whatever by your party members. Sometimes it's not the case, obviously. Like if you've got bardic inspiration, you can shout it.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's
I have a lot of range spells.
horde of people. So
Yeah, but they can't be damaging. They can't be damaging.
Well, just because they said that's the rule doesn't mean I can't.
She's about to interrupt the sanctity of my duel. even when I get away from her, she tries to hamstring me.
So as Uruka
They're not
rushes you,
damaged.
Hey?
They're not damaging.
Well, that's
In a
why.
big-
Nothing to do.
in a flurry of a spin of his blade, he turns away from you for a second and kicks up, or in his other hand essentially throws up a pocket of sand just to blind your vision. And in one quick smooth motion, takes the other end of the hilt of his blade and just knocks out your feet from under you, knocking you prone. And that's his action, essentially, is what he does. And then as he does this, he starts laughing even more, raises his hand to his crowd and just starts strutting around the ring, saying, "This is no match for me. Bring me someone stronger." It's now your go. You now get advantage. So essentially he has an ability where he will rush into attack recklessly, which gives him advantage, but it leaves him open as he's flaunting to give you advantage onto... well, obviously now you're prone, so you wouldn't get it now.
Well,
but
I'll use a bonus action to get up for free, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But you have advantage on your next attack because he's back to you.
Yeah, but I'll use the action surge to get up for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can stand on my feet. I guess it looks more like I just like fucking get into the air and start flying at him.
Right.
Yeah. And I would just like try and zoom the fuck at him and attack him.
Any theatricals with it?
Yeah, I mean my fucking wings are out there and blowing and shit. So yeah, I just like fly headlong at him with the sword.
Yeah.
Sort of.
As you pounce back up, the ring of people is now roaring even louder as well. I haven't seen a fight like this in quite some time. This is going to be quite a spectacle.
Damn,
You
they're
can
easy
see
please.
the
All I do is get up.
excitement is palpable.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it. I guess I get advantage on the attack roll, right? Yeah, I get 2 attacks. Thank God. First attack. Well, that's a 2. Let's get that.
Wow.
That's a 1. So yeah, first attack is a 8 to hit. Was my first attack.
8.
Yeah.
It's not a hit.
No. All right. We'll try attack again. Really?
Wow.
I rolled 2 natural ones. Luckily, I have advantage. Literally.
That's so improbable.
All right, 21 to hit on the second attack.
Okay, that is a hit.
Yeah.
That's so improbable.
I'm disgusted.
That's 1 in 400.
He got 2-1-1.
That's 1 in 400.
Yeah.
But it's,
That's
No point getting mad about it, really. Okay, well, I'm going to do 12 plus 3 plus 6 damage. So, yeah, 21 damage.
21 damage. You're going to swing at him.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's
So
all I got.
he notices you flying towards him, and you take him by surprise almost. And he just about brings up the hilt of his great axe, but you clash into. Describe how you clash into him.
Well, I think he probably dodges my first strike.
Right.
And doesn't expect there to be a second one
Yeah.
coming from
Dodges it back, beckons. He says, "Is this really who they've sent to me?"
Yeah.
And then you.
And then I connect with the
Come
second
back.
hit. Yeah. Doesn't expect me to whip their greatsword around as fast as I do, I guess.
Excellent. And that's 21 damage.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay.
Can't believe those rolls. Ooh. Thank God for advantage.
Erica stumbles back and just about deflects the blade, but a little bit of it just sinks into the side of him as well as you pull it straight back out. And he coughs up a little bit of blood on his hand. and just rubs it on both hands, drops his blade in the process, brushes it all down his face.
All right.
And that's licking it
feeling
as
himself.
well.
He's feeling it,
as
yeah.
he picks back up his blade as well and runs over to his shaman as she places his hand on his shoulder.
Do we get any actions?
You can if you want, yeah.
They don't like being left out
Range
of my
action.
1v1 battle.
Yeah. It's the end of his turn, yeah. One of you can take an action now.
I would like to try and cast Entangle on the ground in the area and make it look from where I'm hiding as if it could be coming from Eren. Because I can do it on a space that's like within 20 feet
Okay,
on the ground.
yeah.
Ooh, would it get both of them? If they're both, if both
I
touching.
can pick an area with a 20-foot square starting from any point within range, so I'd pick like a space that might get like the other guards, but wouldn't necessarily get.
No, sorry, I meant him and the.
Oh yeah, it might
The
get the
shaman.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have to make a strength saving throw.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is after he makes his attack as well, right?
Well,
After
I was
Eren's
hoping
attack.
like because he got a first attack, Eren got an attack, so the goal was to put it before he could attack again, and like as he was trying to
Yeah,
run away.
no, that's how it's supposed to work
Yeah.
essentially.
Mm.
Okay, a dex saving throw. Oh, strength saving throw. You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
So probably gets a good modifier, but gotta try it.
Yeah. So the shaman in the back doesn't spot. So the sea right
Mhm.
behind him doesn't spot the sort of entanglement of roots and whatnot that was coming up, and she gets trapped in place by these roots and wrangle a bit. But Erica looks around him and notices these roots springing up, and in the heat of the moment, he just steps on one of them, gets his battle axe, and tears through the rest of them. So manages to break his way free out of it. The rest of you can also influence the fight as well at the end of Eren's turn.
The ground in that whole area has become difficult.
Difficult terrain? Okay. Alright. Yeah, the rest of
Do
you...
you want to? Oh, yeah,
What is
don't need to
difficult
mark it.
terrain?
I'm gonna.
It means like movement speed is half.
I'm going to
Oh, I fly.
It's easier to
try and
fly.
cast
Flying, yeah.
hideous laughter
Mhm.
on him now.
Okay.
So it's a wisdom save of 16.
What does it do? Hideous laughter?
Hideous laughter. He perceives everything as incredibly funny and falls falls prone,
Shit.
just overtaken with convulsing, horrific laughter.
Damn, you guys are gonna make this
Like he found it
much
so
easier for
funny
me.
that his shaman was tangled.
Alright. It is a wisdom saving throw. Do you know what the DC is?
16.
16? Alright. Da-da-da. That is a fail. He beckons over. The spell, Hideous Laughter, what is it? It is vocal and what is it?
What do you mean?
VSM. So it needs material. I'm just going to assume you've got the
Yes.
material.
Tiny
but it's also
darts
vocal.
and a feather that's waved in the air.
Yeah.
We've never been
Describe
doing
your
this.
motions as you're casting this little spell onto
Well,
Erica.
I'm right at the back of this crowd of people.
Mm.
I'm just gonna. The shaman was tangled.
And initially he's and just lets out a real belly laugh. And the rest of his followers just kind of look at him and think, what's going on here? A couple of whispers of sorcery going on as well as it spreads around. And he is now on the floor. Yeah.
Wow,
He is
that's
now
pretty-
on the ground, prone, laughing around, clutching his stomach, rolling from side to side. Johnny, you want to take any action?
CC the ball.
Can I urge you to come over to me?
Yeah, I mean, I can. Yeah.
You can, yeah.
Yeah. Come to me then.
Okay,
Come to me.
I come to Johnny.
And I'm
It's,
gonna tap him on the shoulder and use guidance, which is a cantrip.
Is he in bloodlust?
I haven't taken damage yet.
But
Yeah.
you've done damage. I
That's
thought that
right.
was it.
Oh, I don't know. It's
That's
DM's.
a very good point. Usually it was deal damage.
But I didn't know whether that was an oversight or whether because the feather had disappeared, something had changed.
You did draw blood. You can say no
Right.
for now.
Alright, I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder, like, come on, Eren, you can do it. And I give you guidance. So you get a D4 to add to your ability check.
Okay, so it's kind of like bardic inspiration.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Get your head in
That's
the game.
it. That's it. Help
Nano
me,
boosting
fam.
him.
Keep me the fuck alive.
Nano boost.
Oh, and with my bonus action, I'll give you bardic inspiration as well.
So I have a D8 and a D. I have a D8 and a D4 for ability checks. Go, give me. Someone give me a D4. Do you have a D4, Ash? Oh, awesome. Thank you. And D8 as well. Oh, I have so many dice.
There should be D4s and D8s in the tin.
Negative. Negative. A lot of D6s though.
Yeah, that's from Shadowrun.
Cool. Well, he'd be prone. I have extra dice. This is.
Yes, so he's going to attempt to end this laughing curse. It's now his turn. He's going to spend his go.
Oh, it's at the end of every turn.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So, yeah, that makes sense.
So it's his go, and he's just going to end it, essentially. He's going to try and get out of it. Which he... Is a wisdom saving throw of 16?
Yep.
Yeah, does not. So he's still laughing around on the floor, prone, rolling around. Yeah.
Okay.
So how you go?
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Does Eren know about this curse? Because I think it got used on him when he was in Bloodlust form, right?
Yeah.
So
Don't know if you have any memory.
Eren's kind of pissed off. He thinks that like the chieftain is just taking the piss and like he's not taking this fight seriously at all. So
you'd be quite angry.
he's angry. He's just angry. I mean, yeah, it's mad. But so when he sees him on the ground, like he's not going to take mercy on him. He's going to have a fucking proper crack at the bastard.
Right.
So
So the guidance only affects ability checks.
Yeah.
Doesn't affect attack rolls.
gotcha.
or
But
saving
bardic
throws.
inspiration does affect the attack rolls.
Yes. Yeah.
At least it's something.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I'm
Yeah, of
helping.
course. I mean, no, like
I'm helping!
if you guys don't help me, I'm going to get fucked. So
So also the shaman at the back, every turn it's another strength saving throw, right?
Yeah.
To break out of it. Yeah, she breaks out of it in the end and is going to rush to his aid on the floor, not knowing what's happening. But she's going to touch his skin and transform his skin into bark. So he's now been enchanted with bark armor. So
She's a druid.
yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like an AC boost to me. All right, well,
What's your AC?
16.
I can't help you.
yeah, and then she scurries back to the sidelines as well
Gotcha.
and watches as he's still laughing around on the floor.
All right, well, don't I have advantage if he's prone? On a sort of
Yes,
attack roll?
absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna just get in there again. I think I'm actually gonna take a -5 to hit on this one.
Okay.
See if I can get extra damage.
Yep.
Because I have inspiration and I've. We're fine. Another 2.
Jesus Christ.
Your rolls are horrific.
Maybe use a different die.
No, I've got to use this one now. Listen, you fuck. Stop fucking me over.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to use inspiration on this. I need to get a hit out of that. So it's going to be 6 + 1, 7. I'm going to need to use the D8 to see if I can fucking hit this guy. Really? Yeah. It's a 10 to hit, even with all my fucking bardic inspiration stuff.
Okay, that is not a hit. You use your advantage, right?
Yeah,
'Cause he's
I
on
use
the
my
floor.
advantage. So
Okay.
I get 2 attacks though.
Yes. Roll the other one.
I rolled a 3.
He's choking.
And
Oh, I'm just
different
rolling the fucking
too.
dice.
He used a different die.
Okay, on the second attack, it's a 16. Wait, do I get bonus? No, I'm not. Yeah, it's a 16.
16 is not a hit. Yeah. So as he's rolling around, clutching his belly, laughing, he's rolling from side to side. You're sweeping over, presumably going for these strikes as you're flying overhead on top of him. But every time you go to swing, he just seems to deftly move out of the way as he's rolling with laughter, just avoiding the strikes each and every time. And at this site, the side, his little posse, his men, now just assume that this is part of the show, and they're all laughing with him and cheering and clapping, banging their shields, stomping along as well. Yeah. So it is now the man, the myth, the legend, Erica's turn. Also, you guys get to affect the fight again.
I gotta bardically inspire him again.
Mm-hmm.
Have you taken damage? then I can't really do much. Unless I get very creative.
Wait, did he have his turn yet? Because he had his turn before we did last.
No.
Oh.
So you can do
I feel
something.
like we're gonna
What do
get
you mean by
another.
he?
No, but the originally.
I just screwed up the ordering.
Yeah.
Are you
okay.
talking about when I made him rub blood on his face?
Right, no, but originally he went first, so he would have gone before Eren.
Yeah, he failed.
He failed.
Failed to get out of
Failed
his,
to get out.
of the.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what happened. Oh, okay, okay.
the laugh.
Can I
In that case, go ahead.
can I use hold person on the shaman?
And the shaman.
Yeah. Is that allowed? Will
Yeah.
they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't do damage.
No, it just holds a person, and
Yep.
it's a wisdom saving throw. 14.
Okay. You may. You're gonna cast it. It's a it's a very ranged spell. Okay. And that is a success. Yeah. And it just holds it down, huh?
Yeah, it
Yep.
just it paralyzes him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Her, it's
sorry,
easier.
it paralyzes her.
Gotcha.
So I guess I'm just gonna like hold her up into the
Right.
sky. So she's like hovering over the ground, but can't.
Hovering?
Yeah,
holding.
Okay, never mind. I'm fucking Darth Vader over here. Like,
Choking her. What the fuck?
all right, never mind. Then I'm just holding her arms like behind her back, so she
Uh-huh,
can't do
uh-huh.
anything.
Yeah, she's paralyzed essentially. She's
Paralyzed,
locked
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now time for Atticus go, and he's still rolling around on the floor. He's still chilling, and he's still on the floor. Maybe, I don't know. Fuck it. Yeah, still on the floor, rolling around.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's still laughing.
Can you imagine how much work I could have gotten done in these like 2 turns he's had
Yeah,
off? Like,
still laughing around.
oh fuck, man.
The shaman is also going to try and break out. And she is going to break out of hold person at the end of this. So
Yeah.
now it is a reset as well. Eren, it is your go again. Rolling around on the floor.
Jesus,
Just
fuck, man.
kill this pleb.
Bro,
Frag
I'm
him.
trying. I'm actually trying to frag this guy. For once, I'm actually trying to frag the person, and it's not working. So, first attack roll. It is I get -1, so it's a 19.
A 19.
But it's a now. I don't roll, so it's not a crit, right? If I have my modifier, right? So I rolled a natural 18,
Right.
So it's not a crit, but
Not a crit.
I'm +1 because I'm
Does
-5
not
+6.
hit.
Whoa.
Does not hit.
Okay.
Okay. My next attack is without the -5 to hit.
You still have that bardic inspiration as well.
Yeah, so let's see, 21.
21 is a hit. Yes. So, describe how you're about to batter him.
Oh, well, so the first time I try and sweep my blade at him, it clangs harmlessly off his bark armor. And for my second strike, I try to pierce it instead through, like the folds, the ridges of this bark, try and find a way through the armor. And evidently, I've managed to do so for now. So, gonna get in there. 9 plus 6 plus 3, so it's gonna be 18 damage.
18 damage.
Just fucking.
He also now has advantage to get out of the laughter now that he's been damaged.
Right. 18 damage. Fuck me.
Bro, that armor class is fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Can anyone un-iron bark this bastard?
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
that just straight damage.
It's iron bark. Wait, is it a concentration spell? Oh, it mustn't be because you fucked up the
Bark skin
yeah
is not. It's just a touch buff.
rip.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is a concentration spell.
Yeah.
I lied. She does have to concentrate.
But
So when she takes damage, you can. She has to con save to keep concentration.
But
Well,
none
we-
of us are
you
damaged.
can't do damage.
Yeah, you can't damage it.
Any additional actions you want to take?
Can I command the shaman to stop concentrating?
Command spell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. That's a wisdom saving
Yeah.
14.
Oh, that's clever. Just command her to think about
Command her to not.
Rick Astley.
Yeah.
Sure.
Command her to not.
Yeah, that's does not work.
Fuck.
Does not work.
Good idea though.
Yes.
I got a few spell slots and I can't do shit. So.
Keeps up the
That's all right.
concentration.
It's all right.
Alright. It is Erica's go once more, unless anyone else is making a go of it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I see him. I see him try and command, and I'm going to try and I'm going to cast suggestion on the shaman. So from the back, I'm like,
The bitch version of command.
Maybe you should drop the
the what?
the concentration. What are you going to suggest?
Maybe you should.
Maybe you should just like not help. your
yeah.
Why'd you tell her she really needs to
maybe-
go to the toilet?
Maybe none of us should help any of them. Is what I'm just going to shout over the top. It's a wisdom 16.
Powerful.
That's pretty hard, yeah.
What the? Oh, that's doesn't work. GG.
Fuck's sake.
I'm not a fan. She must really like this guy.
Does not work.
Oh, and I'm going to bardically aspire him again.
Oof, you're just getting buffed up, fam. Look at you.
Did you
Okay.
use it last time? You did,
I
right?
didn't.
Oh,
I
okay. Well,
didn't.
I can't then. You just still have one available.
Hideous laughter. Is it still a
I didn't
14?
think I needed it when I got
It's
the
a
18.
16.
16.
I need to roll
Wait,
Chris,
sorry,
man.
was it a 16? Yeah, it's a 16.
16. Okay. He does finally break out of this as he's taking damage once more.
Okay.
Finally is going to break out of the laughter. And he is seething with
She's
rage.
super mad. She's gone from like
Frothing at the mouth. The veins are starting to pop off of his face. You know, he's starting to see some physical
The
physical
vascularity.
difference. Vascularity.
striations.
And he's going to take his blade and spin it round. He's still in prone, but he's
Right.
going to take out the blade in one hand, and he's going to use the raw force and momentum of one of his legs to
No
spin him
catch-up?
around and to try and trip. Oh, you're not tripped up, right? You're flying.
I'm flying.
Yeah, so he's not going to do that.
Presumably, I'm not on the ground. I would say, especially because it's difficult terrain.
Yeah.
After that, you won't be up in the air.
He's going to use his bonus action to get up, essentially.
Yeah.
And
I respect it.
and stand up. So he's blood pouring from one side of his mouth. He's been cut into the side as well. And he's going to stagger backwards into the shaman once more, and she is going to heal him.
Heals. Wow.
Heals.
You have to out damage the heals, fam.
Out damage the heel.
Yeah, she's going to heal him
All right.
for a decent
this is what we
chunk. As she
call
rests his hands on
grinding.
him, you see the wound in the side of him close up once more, and he shrugs it off, cracks his neck a little bit, and he says, "Let's get back to work," and steps back into the ring, ready once more
He
to fight.
sounds like a Mance Raider. Like he's like the way he speaks.
Always in whispers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is now your go.
Oh, I can go again. Fuck him. All right. Well,
Go again.
go again.
Go again.
Yeah. Gonna keep trying to hit this guy. Gonna just keep getting on the attack. I'm not gonna take a -5.
Any acts of revelry? You're gonna try and hype up the crowd onto your side.
Uh,
A little bit of theatre.
Showmanship.
yeah. Can I do some aerial acrobatics? Can I just fucking
Yeah.
do a couple cartwheels in
Absolutely.
the air?
Describe to me what you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of ascend into the air and do my best like angel impersonation with the fucking sword. You know what I mean? Get
Yeah.
the fucking get the lats out, spread the fucking wings, and then make a very sharp nosedive towards him.
Gotcha.
So it's like I plummet out of the sky
Yeah.
basically as I
Yeah.
try and attack him again.
Excellent. The crowd, they're loving it. Again, the cheers are coming from both all around you now. You can hear it in the air, screaming, and you can also see as well as you flew directly up into the air. And the spiral groups of the Arugula clan members are climbing the spire because they've heard of this victory or not victory, this battle that's commencing. And they all want a piece of it. They want to be able to tell their children of this tale that's going on right now at the foot of DOTAIN'S Rock.
And we'll leave out the fact that I'm being buffed to shit by my party now.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna try and take. I can't take -5s on this guy because he's just he's too well armored. So that is a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm. That is a hit.
So I'm just going to roll both my attacks and the damage from. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Second attack is a. I'm gonna have to use Bardic Inspiration on that one. I think. Do I need to decide beforehand before I
I mean,
roll?
you can roll and then decide.
Okay, cool. Because
Yeah,
that's
before I tie it in.
that's a 16, so I need a little bit of a push, you know. Yeah, that's a 23. That's a 7, right? That's a 7. Yeah.
Yep.
What's your AC without armor?
I actually don't know. I'd have to unequip it, but I think it's like 14. Heavy armor adds 2 AC. I think. Medium armor. I think. I'll tell you what. I can check for you. I can check for you quickly, but.
I'd have to get within touching
Let me
distance.
just unequip the chainmail, or I can just read what it says. Oh, so without the chainmail, I am AC 12.
Okay. Because
So,
I
i.e.
have to ask how bark skin works exactly, but basically says your AC can't be less than 16 regardless of what kind of armor.
Right, so let's roll my damage. So first attack's damage is 7 plus 6 plus 3, so 7 plus 9. This is 16.
Is Hideous Laughter a concentration spell?
Curious what it is without it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
So it's 16 plus 13, so 29.
29. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna hit.
So no, that was the damage. From both
Damage.
attacks.
29.
That's the combined damage from 2
Get the
attacks.
fuck out of here, bro. All right, and you're basically piercing him from the heavens.
Have to.
You've raised this ornate blade, and you're gonna plunge it directly into it.
Yeah. This guy's basically a fucking
Yeah.
ant, so. Yeah.
Okay. He manages to partly deflect a bit of the shot, but unfortunately the blade still is going to go directly into the side of him as well.
Yeah.
And initially it looks like it might just kind of ricochet off of his bark skins. And but just as you really get to the pinnacle of your attack, slicing him right again into the exact same spot that has recently been healed up.
Does it feel like the resistance is lesser there?
Yeah,
Or like,
and
okay.
you're digging in deep, and he lets out another cry of pain and drops to one knee now to the side, clutching at his side as the damage is done. And you can tell he's feeling it right now. He's feeling it right now. At the sight of this, do any of you guys are doing any other actions?
Can I do hold person on the shaman again?
Yes. Now, at the sight of their leader going down to one knee, the mood of the arena has changed almost. Initially, they thought it was a bit jokey. They thought that Erica was a little bit, was just having a bit of fun with it. But now that they see he's on one knee and he's kind of being beaten a little bit, it's moved from cheering and shouting and whatnot. Now it's a lot of jeering and booing, directed mainly at you,
Gotcha.
and also directed at the party as well, you two, that they can see. So now, if you ever have to do a concentration spell and it works, you have to roll a wisdom saving throw to try and hold on to the concentration.
Okay.
Right. So they're gonna try and distract you all.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Interesting.
Eren, you also must do a wisdom saving throw, or else you are goaded into your blood rage.
Now.
Not now, next
Okay.
term. Yeah.
All right.
So
Next
I'm
turn.
gonna cast Hideous Laughter on him again, but because it's a concentration spell, I'll also have to roll
Yes,
wisdom.
once you cast it, even if it succeeds, you have to
So
roll
he has to
a
roll a
as
wisdom
well.
save,
And then I
you
do as well.
Yeah. So,
It's wisdom 16.
it's wisdom 16. Okay, it doesn't succeed. Just brushes off of him. It doesn't succeed.
Oh, it doesn't
It doesn't
succeed.
succeed, yeah.
That's a
Do you want to cast whole person
Yeah, hold
on
person.
the shaman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
14.
14 wisdom
And I'm
saving
going to
throw.
bardically inspire you as well.
Does not work.
I might need that. For my
Yeah.
wisdom
Does not
save.
work.
Does not work.
Does not hit
Does
or
not
does not
succeed.
work?
Does not succeed.
Okay.
They
Does not
passed.
succeed.
They passed the.
They both passed the tests. Now it is.
I'm going to use Entangle again
Mm-hmm.
to try and...
Go, squad's turning up today. Let's
Restrain
go. Did you?
them.
Oh, yours didn't work
Yeah.
though. Fuck.
The same area, roughly?
roughly the same area, try and get those two, and it's a strength 15 saving
Gotcha.
throw.
Okay.
Save me.
That's going to be... The druid gets entangled again, but Erica does not. Erica breaks three of the vines.
So is that a concentration spell? So you have to roll a
Yeah.
wisdom saving throw now.
Alright, but I'm not being jeered at though.
Oh,
No
that's
one
true.
knows where
They
I
don't know
am.
where she
You're
is.
hidden in the back, yeah. So you don't have to worry about that.
Thank fucking god. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now,
I really don't want to go blood rage.
it is Erica's go. And he stands back up again, clutching at the side of him. Again, tastes a little bit of his own blood. Lets out a smile, a teethy smile. Blood all in him as well, wide-eyed as well. With rage, he's going to recklessly attack you once more. So he's going to gain advantage on this attack now, because he can tell kind of he's getting the losing side of this fight.
I wish he would just yield. Okay.
The losing side of this fight. He's going to go at you hard. And what is he going to do?
He's going big, so you'll go home.
Yeah.
I want to go
But he wants you to.
home. You'll just heal me,
You'll
right?
regret it.
You guys just, right?
I mean,
You
I
guys just
can't
me.
heal anyone.
Oh.
Okay.
I
He...
don't heal people,
21,
which is kind of counter.
which is a hit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
He's going to...
I'm 16 armor class.
He's going to bash you with the end of his hilt as he charges at you. So he's going to switch around his axe again and go for a jabbing bash right into your face.
Oh.
He's gonna connect onto this. So he's going to do...
Not my face, dude.
he's going to go straight for the face. There's no
Knows where
rules
it'll
here.
hurt.
Not the face!
Oh my goodness. Okay. He's going to do...
Oh wait, I can. I'm gonna use cutting words, and I can take a D8 away from his damage roll as well. I'm gonna while he's battering him in the face. Where's my D8? Go, no, not his beautiful nose. And it takes,
It's not a beautiful nose.
It takes
Appreciate
6 damage away from
6
his.
damage
Oh.
away.
Okay, alright.
Luckily I rolled the maximum amount that we can actually roll of that damage. So he is going to only deal 5 damage to you.
Okay.
Now, as he bashes you directly in the face, you have to make a DC, a dex saving throw. I'm not going to tell you what the challenge rating is of it.
Okay, well, can I decide if I want to use Body Inspiration after I see my result, not before I know if I pass?
Yes, you can.
Yes, so you make your roll and then you can choose.
Oh, yeah, I'm using it. I don't want to... It's Dex saving? You said Dex?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
What did I do? Just add 1.
12. I'm -1 on Dex, so
Uh-huh.
I roll 12.
12, okay.
Ability, I give you.
Oh yeah, he gave you an ability thing as well. A
Yeah.
D4.
How much was it? +4?
A D4. No, it was just a
Plus
D4.
2,
Two.
so
So 4.
14.
Not a pass.
Oh!
Not a pass. So he's going to whack you in the face and you come stumbling backwards and fall on your back prone. And as a result of this, he's going to switch his blade back round and then make a great axe swing at you on the ground as well. So...
That's an issue.
I'm gonna shout, please, for the love of God, no!
Can you do that again?
Yeah, it's a reaction when a creature makes an attack.
But what if this is a reaction?
Oh, well, I don't know then.
Yeah, because this
Yeah.
only occurs when he
Okay,
gets a
fair
successful bash.
Yeah, I
So he gets to make a great axe attack. So he rolled a 23 to hit, which is a hit, I believe. I hope.
On me?
Yes.
Yeah, AC 16, bro.
Yeah. Oof. Boy, oh boy. And he is going to swing down with his great axe and connect directly with your arm as you're reaching up, presumably to block it, dealing 12 damage.
Yeesh.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, 13 damage.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
As you're on the floor.
Fair enough.
And lets out a hearty chuckle once more.
This fucker.
And then begins to flex to the crowd and really just showcase all his
What the fuck was
masculinity.
on his knees just now, dude? God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Gotta play the crowd.
You got it.
Can I have a go?
Shit.
It's now Eren's go.
Oh, okay.
Well, I need to use my action to stand up. But I will use a bonus action to use my second win ability to try and get some health back.
Okay.
Yeah. I can just regain 1d10 plus 6 as a bonus action.
Are you on the ground now then? You're not playing anymore?
Well, that's up to Brandon. Has a minute passed?
Being bashed. I don't think we've done enough combat yet. You still got your
So I
wings.
still have wings. I could
Yeah.
fly, but I need to pick myself up
Yeah.
off the ground. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna get some health back first. Yeah, 1d10.
That's a 1d10 plus 6.
Yeah,
That's
it's
actually
like
outrageous.
it's plus my level.
Right.
Yeah, 1d10 plus my level.
Mhm.
So
That's
it's
pretty fucking good.
yeah. So 8 health back. I roll a 2, so You hate to see it. Yeah, and I've just spent the rest of the turn standing up, so I'm now on my feet again.
Okay, the rest of you.
Pretty mad. Do I need to roll a wisdom saving throw to not go crazy? Is that how?
Yes.
I
Now
don't know,
you
wing
need
it.
to do your wisdom saving roll. Well, that was about to tell you.
Oh, sorry.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It's a lie. I completely forgot. But yes, you need to do a wisdom saving roll.
17.
But that does pass. But as you took damage anyway, you are now under the effect of bloodlust.
Okay, so
It's
it
when you
doesn't-
take damage. So you're now under the effect of the blood rage, and your wings that were once a nice golden shimmering color
Yeah.
suddenly transform as a corruption, a red blood dripping effect suddenly starts to fall off of them, and your eyes suddenly roll back as you suddenly start frothing at the mouth almost as well, ready to fight back at him.
Gotcha. Do you know if I still so obviously, do I still have that extra damage from like the Radiant Soul from my attacks? Because so when I pop wings, I actually get an extra 6 damage on each attack based on what my level is.
Mhm.
Do I still have that, or yeah, cool. No worries. That's all I was wondering.
Yes.
Do you know also if this is rage as you described it, what my bonus is? Because
It's +2 to hit.
+2.
Oh, actually, wait, is it +2 to hit?
it depends on level. For
God.
barbarians, it depends on level.
I mean, this is a special case where it's
Yeah, so you can.
a curse, essentially.
Joe knows all.
Yeah, Joe is going to let me know now.
Gotcha.
Joe does
It's
know.
it's an addition to damage, I think. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain a
+2.
bonus to damage. That
So are his
increases.
wings blood red now?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
blood red. So I remember it was damage resistance to like.
I'm
Slashing
resistance
and-
to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing
Yeah.
damage. I have
and-
advantage on strength checks and strength
Yeah.
saving throws.
and you get the +2 to the damage. We'll just keep it to that
Okay.
for
Cool.
now. But yeah, now you get the opportunity to see. You would see this now, and
Yeah.
as this happens, the ring kind of
shit,
steps
fam.
back a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, fam.
All blood red.
It's happening again.
Yeah.
Well, at least there are infinite enemies this time.
Hmm.
I'm gonna. Yeah, go Eren! That's me bardically inspiring him.
Nice, excellent.
How much health do you have?
Currently 48.
How much damage have you taken?
10.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm reasonably tanky.
I'm rather gonna try to hold the druid again.
Druid is still restrained by
Yeah, she's
my
entangled right now.
entangle right now.
Alright. Sorry, I was distracted because we have chat soon, but it doesn't matter. Then I'm not going to do anything
Yeah.
because I can't really do anything.
Okay, Lysha.
I can't really do anything without hurting anyone.
Mm.
Yeah. that
There we go.
kind of sucks. That's
You
kind of my
direct-
character
Well,
as
that's
well.
not true.
Can you make me look more epic to convince the crowd, perhaps, to add to my performance? You know, I've like
Yes.
sprouted some wings, you know, like now they're blood red.
You're the bard.
Maybe trying to turn the crowd, like help turn the crowd in my favor so you guys don't have to worry about concentration
without
checks.
hurting them.
Oh, well, that's a shame. What good is it to not be able to convince people without hurting them?
Hmm.
What kind of life is that to live? Eren,
Oh, I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter on him again.
stuck inside his
Okay.
his own mind. What are you going to cast?
Hideous Laughter on
Hideous
him.
laughter. All right.
That's a fail
He fails.
for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you say the same thing either
I know.
way, so it's
I
very
know. I know.
confusing.
I know. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have to spell curse at all?
Okay, Erica's turn. Firstly.
Oh wait, I have an idea.
Mm.
Okay, so wait, so what's his butt standing in relation to Eren? Basically where
Erica?
he is. Erica,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean they're right next to each other, right in front of
Okay.
each
And what's his butt gets to go before Erica, or Erica gets to go before Eren right now, right? All right, I'm
You just call me
going
what's his
to.
butt?
I'm going to use mold earth. I can take an area of loose earth and instantly excavate it, move it along the ground, deposit it up to 5 feet away. It doesn't have enough force to cause damage or anything like that.
Can you make it explode around me in a wreath of dirt?
But basically, I'm throwing a wall of earth up between him and Eren, so that Eren has an extra second to take off. It's like a 5 foot. I have a 5 foot cube, so it's
Gotcha.
like a 5 foot square wall
Yep.
of earth that just pops up between the two of them.
All right.
And that's a cantrip.
Excellent.
Didn't stop me from getting my arm hacked off, but could be quite convenient.
Okay, it is now his go. So the shaman is going to break out of the bonds and whispers some sort of magic to him. And you start to notice as well that Erica's bark armor fades away and crumples off of his skin. And he rushes to the sidelines again, presents his battle axe as she whispers some incantation, runs her hand along the great axe, and it bursts into flame. And he brings it up again. And at the sight of this, the crowd roars even louder at the sight of it, and whispers you can hear as well. You two, as you're right next to it, are saying, "He's really pulling it out, really." It's like a very much anime.
Really whipping it out.
Master, please forgive me, but I must go all out just this once moment going on. So yes, that is what's occurred.
Okay.
And he's going to rush you through the dirt wall off the back of that with another reckless attack as he's on the back foot. So all you see is you're taking off now. Well, actually, you are just blood and raged as it stands. But he is going to come charging, shoulder barging through this dirt earth wall. It's like loosely packed, right?
Yeah,
It would be possible
it couldn't like be hard pack or anything. It's
Right.
Just,
Definitely possible for him to do that. So he bursts through the earth, and he's going to go for a little swing at you.
Become bricks.
Right. He's going to go for a little swing at you. I say little, it's going to be a big swing. Right at you. And, ooh, my God.
Maybe dirt wall. Yeah.
Okay. He has rolled a 15. Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Alright, goes for the strike. He's going to miss. As he goes for one swipe to the next, you definitely avoid it. You're flying around like a maverick.
But I guess
an F1 fighter
there's
jet.
no like real emotion in my face anymore, am I? Because I'm just like,
You just see them with rage as
Okay,
it stands, yes.
Yeah.
And he misses both of these swings and lets out another scream of frustration at this as you're flying above him, and screams at you, "Come down here, you coward!" And it is now your go. And you also get advantage because it was a reckless attack. He's left himself wide open.
and he doesn't have the bark skin anymore, does he?
Does not have back skin.
Ooh, baby. All right.
It's on the all-out attack.
And you've got another bardic inspiration.
I do, yeah. All right. I'll take -5s on these then. See if I can get some real damage done. Well, I have advantage, so you know.
Was that another crit fail?
No, it was a 7.
Oh, right. Jesus.
We roll this. Yeah, I had to use that one. So that is a 17 to hit.
17 to hit. That does hit.
So first
Yeah.
attack hits. That attack is going to be hitting a +10 damage.
Uh-huh.
My second attack as well. I have advantage, so I'll try it anyway. Nope, that's a 3.
Is that a 1?
Yeah, but he has advantage, so he takes the 3.
Uh-huh.
So
Rolls have
incredible.
been tragic.
That's
it's
incredible.
really, yeah. I'm not happy about it, but that's fine.
Really
So we get one hit, I believe.
I
Yep.
think I have more
So,
D20s in that
it's-
thing.
Mate,
Yours a
this
curse.
is so fucked.
He's used all, his and both.
I've used all the dice, mate. It just doesn't matter. So basically, damage is 2d6 plus 3, plus 6, plus 10, plus 2.
Work it out for me.
Yeah. So
2d6 plus 18.
Do the
Yeah.
quick maths.
Holy bejeebus.
so it's going to be 25 damage.
25 damage.
Yeah.
Describe to me how you bring it down onto
I fly down, and from the ground, I actually run at the guy. So I'm goaded into
Got it
this
into meeting him.
this idea.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, I charge at him. It's a very it is I am looking as reckless as he is right now. Like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of technique being involved here anymore. It's a
Okay.
huge swing. It's like swinging at the nape of his neck on the right side,
Uh-huh.
like trying to fucking cut his head off, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
So he attempts, he stares at you as you're running him down. He attempts to parry it with the hilt again of his giant great axe, but you're just too strong, you're too powerful over him, and you clear through, snapping his great axe into two
The fire
parts.
great
The fire
axe?
great axe, and this just happens. The fire is dispelled, and moves away from his axe as the blade comes out. Now, he took a bit of momentum out of it, but he immediately falls to both knees and looks back at you now with an open mouth and eyes in disbelief at what's just occurred now as well. And as he's on the ground staring up at you, he says, "I submit. You are the stronger victor." Now, at this point, previously when you've been under this blood rage, you have had the urge to finish off anyone you have. Now, you feel the voice and a flashback to the cavern, the vision that you had, with the towering black smouldering armor and the voice of your deity that you've always heard over all these years. And you remember the words that were coming from them. The words that told you to either pick yourself up and have the strength, or to protect others, to spare them, and to fight against evil. And it is your decision to make as to what you want to do.
What's the reaction of the crowd at this point?
The crowd is silent. The chanting has stopped. They've seen their leader fall to his feet, or fall to his knees, I should say, and the blood is pouring out of him at a rapid rate.
So I can tell you what Eren. I can tell you what the Eren inside wants to do. If this is a decision that he can make, then
this is a decision that Eren can make.
Okay.
This is based off of everything that's happened now.
Okay. The blood rage is pretty good in combat though.
I love the idea of Eren's internal monologue being like, but min-maxing though.
I think Eren would throw back his head and would just a guttural scream, like he's trying to, flush himself of like a really, like the vestiges of a nasty fever, or like, like a bit of corruption. Like he really wants to kill the guy, But and he gets down to, one knee, punches the ground, like looks really conflicted. I don't want to kill this guy though.
Okay.
I don't.
So as you're dealing with this internal demon, you're wrangling with it. The color of your wings is shifting in and out from gold to red, mixing in and
The
out.
first time Goku goes Super Saiyan.
And it's similar to it. Punching the ground. The ground is being
aroused.
Pounded now as well. Not with your hand. With your hand.
Yeah. I literally heard your lips purse when I said that. I heard audibly, you're like,
It's not a thing that happens.
And you're bleeding from the hand, but you manage to wrangle control of this power of this beast, and you snap back into clarity as well as you see this man who has given up both sides of his great axe on either side of him, and he falls backwards, collapsing as you spare him back, and you feel a searing pain on your left arm again where the tattoo lies, and you notice as well that originally where there was 3 crow feathers, now one of them has been erased off, and there was only 2 that remain.
It's my dark mark.
Yeah. And as you
Am I conscious again?
You're conscious now, yeah.
Okay.
And your wings are going to fade behind you. One last flicker of gold before they disappear, and the shaman is going to run up to, her lover and fix him up and heal him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming, am I conscious? Yeah, am I conscious?
Conscious,
right.
yeah.
So coming back to consciousness, I look unsteadily. I'm not really sure what happened, but I look to try and find familiar faces in the crowd. Does someone give me an idea of what actually happened? Like,
can we tell that he's not in Bloodlust?
The wings, yeah. You would have seen the wings disappear. The rage has gone from his face. Previously, you would have been very much gritting his teeth, but it's just Eren now, yeah.
Now's not the time.
What do you mean? Just tell me I won.
Eren, I believe you rule the Arugula clan.
No. So
I think Eren.
for the first time, the shaman, after healing him, stands up and said, "You're the victor, but what do you wish of us now?"
I have no intention of ruling you or.
Well, that was never on the table in the first place.
I don't know how to kill everyone. Okay. We require your help.
With what exactly?
We're looking for an artifact that had been kept in DOTAIN'S Rock for many, many years.
Wow.
Something perhaps that your clan is not in possession of, but you may have information or be able to assist us in obtaining.
Listen, we will not assist you in this matter, but we will let you pass through the gates and enter the keep of DOTAIN'S Rock.
While you're talking, I transform into a dog and run up and sit next to him as if I'm a pet dog, so I have a reason to be there. I've been there all along.
Have you even seen a dog?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's. Getting passage through this horde of pseudo Dothraki seems fine. They don't
And
know
safe
anything.
passage back out?
Well, yes.
What if...
That's if you can make it out.
Dang.
What awaits us in DOTAIN'S Rock?
All sorts. We've all come to pledge our strength to Hacas. We thought you would be the same. I mean, you're one of us, are you not, Scout?
Oh, my disguise has dropped long ago. It was a concentration spell.
Oh, well.
So I'm just a totally different person.
Would have been good to know.
Oh.
All right.
What will happen? What will come of your clan's leadership now?
Erica will be healed up, and listen, there may be a few more tests of combat from within our structure, but worry not, we will always have a leader.
When I return, I would treat with your chieftain as a friend, having experienced his true strength.
Yeah. Not my call to make, I'm afraid, but
Well,
Godspeed.
do let him know that I wish to speak more with him. Because
I
he's
will.
a homie.
Can you...
He's a homie.
Will you allow us to rest here and we trek out in the morning?
Rest here. I suppose we can allow it, but we won't be providing you any food or drink.
Rude, honestly, quite rude.
Yeah.
But all right.
Listen, I just
You've just slain,
beat up
almost
their fucking-
slain their leader.
yeah.
They're all gobsmacked, staring at this event that's happened. They can't remember the last time this has happened in years, and they accept that the test of strength. They accept these battles, and they will allow you what you want.
But the very fabric of their culture is kind of uncertain.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I mean they'll allow you to pass now without the entirety of the entire clan of a 100 strong that's now surrounding you to pounce on you, and they'll allow you to rest maybe, but they're not going to mingle with you. They're gonna sit with themselves, you know.
Fair.
I think we take that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's essentially it, and you see the Arugula clan starts to depart as well as they start to flood their way out of the ruins. Now, the gate is in the top left, as you can see there. There's doors that I've drawn. That's the entrance. She points you in the directions and said that is where you will be needing to go, but you should trek carefully. There's worse things than us awaiting inside. And I think that's where we'll leave it.
Cool. 3
Solid.
hours. Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.